Live? Do I need to mute the stream?
No, actually.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so I'm considering shaving just this part off.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull my Discord. Yes, absolutely, 100%. And I'm not just saying that because I've thought that as well.
Just get the Ambrose Burnside going.
I think you definitely should. I need to trim my beard one day. Today is not that day.
I think I'm gonna hold off until I've got it a bit of a thicker mustache, though.
Based. That way it looks a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah.
You don't want incomplete sentences.
Yep.
Alright, let me fix my... that. Cool. I don't know what song is next. We made it back to the loop. Alright. It is the afternoon of the 26th day of D... No, it's not. Last time, the good ones left the Candlewitz estate battered but alive, with the demon back where it belongs. Taken in the city from above, quote-unquote, the group had a close encounter with an inquisitor from the Preservers of the Hallowed Flame, who surprisingly, for once, left without incident. Besides the stress on Arwen's heart, but... It turns out that the revolution was successful, and the proper leader was put back in place. Baron Aniel of House Burntwick. With peace, the party made their way back to the Astral Plane Inn for a much-needed bath and sleep session, and things were happy, and until the middle of the night, where Volka went on a werewolf-induced frenzy, nearly killing a boy and his family. The situation was cleared by Captain Oxton and Lieutenant Twins, who kept things quiet, relatively, and returned Volka safely to her bed. The following morning, the group alongside Oxton laid out a plan, go to Winterbank to resolve the lycanthropic curse, hopefully head to the west coast of Winterbank, and then sail to Ashuna to meet back up with, I've dubbed them in my notes as OEE, Oxton, Esme, and Elias. With the game plan, the group is heading through the halfway passage in hopes of finding a cure for Volka. And now I change music. We'll go back to it at the end of the session. I know. I mean, this song is also pretty good, just for a different reason.
Do we actually have like a date and time?
Yeah. I just had to do my summary first. All right. It is currently the afternoon. Oh no. Oh yeah. No. 1 second. It is currently late in the morning of the 26th day of Deep Root 674 AU. The ferry slips away in the tunnel as a wave of nostalgia washes over all of you. You've been in this exact position before, but only a couple months ago, leaving your brass tacks behind and going south into Winterbank. The lights of the ferry flicker into existence as you plunge into the dark tunnel. The ferry is filled due to the to word traveling that the city is losing its fascist occupants, allowing for people to feel safe even in Winterbank, a small portion of it. Rumors amongst the crowd can be heard from the common folk that Baron Burntwick is in talks with Sovereign Ezra Artorka the 7th. Ninth. To have the entire city be under Feykeep control, hence why the Purifiers left. But these are just rumors. Amidst the crowd, a familiar face approaches you all. Cypher, in his human form, approaches you all and whispers to Shiro. The hand is still after you all. Stay safe, and it is within the rules to hire another ready to hunt the hunter. He finishes his statement with a wink and a half grin before slinking back into the crowd. With that, you guys have a not too long of a journey in the technically inside of a mountain. Is there anything you guys would like to say or do? Do keep in mind that you are pretty much bumper to bumper with people on this ferry.
Well, I'll tell everyone what Cypher told me.
You do so.
So it wasn't Candowitz that hired him then, Maximilian.
I guess not. Maybe, I don't know.
Shit.
We've just made a lot of enemies.
I'll be back in just 1 second. Me fucking Discord died and it was frozen. Looking among the crowd, for the people who are just people watching, based in poggers, might I add, you see that, although you have just the common, the common folk who aren't transporting a lot of goods at the front of the ferry, and I should mention, by the way, this is not like a traditional, or not traditional, let me backtrack, a modern ferry. It is just functionally a boat that's just sitting in super, what's it called? Shallow water. And then it's been outfitted to hold a bunch of cargo. Kind of like the like a medieval version of like the trash ferries, if you know what I'm talking about. Just a huge open space in the back, and then there is like a front dock, sure, or a front deck, I suppose, where you can just see people who don't have a bunch of cargo. But you guys are in the back with your wagon, of course, and this is a relatively small ferry, so you only see a couple other carts and wagons, and you do see that people, surprisingly, it looks like carrying tattered furniture and other like home decorative goods, and obviously you guys are going to Winterbank, so it is at least implying to some degree that people are moving over to Winterbank, which is a bit jarring considering the political nature. But I will say, amongst the people, or amongst the people who are moving things like furniture, they look human or human adjacent. So, like elf, dwarf, halfling. So, like the quote unquote acceptable races.
The chosen ones by God.
Yeah.
People.
No, those are
The neurodivergent.
Yeah, the neurodivergent.
The neurodivergents and Catholics.
God's chosen.
They are.
God
Everybody
told
else
me
is
to
just
fight the
heretics.
neurotypical.
Goddamn right. Get them orcs out of my fucking face.
I'm going to affix the white armband.
Okay. Doing so, you can feel assured, although your party hasn't done so, there are other people who seem to be slipping on the bands. Because although you're going to Winterbank and things are a little bit less tense with Baron Baron Aniel in charge, doesn't mean that he still doesn't have to follow their laws. I say as I stare at the ferry boy. Do not cast magic in that side of the city. I promise, I'm telling you, mano a mano right now. If you do so, you will be hate crimed.
Anyway, I cast dancing lights.
Is anybody investigating the inside of the cart?
Inside of our cart?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
not?
You guys see Oxton, like you said, prepared your guys' wagon with rations for the trip. And you see nothing crazy, mostly just small crates of dry jerky and oh my goodness, dry berries. Had a stroke there. And some canteens full of water. Nothing super crazy. But you do see one little crate that is set aside and has a note on top of it. Who is going to read it?
I'd like to.
Okay. You see that the note is nailed to the like the wooden crate. No biggie. You could still like kind of, it's like a tag. And you clearly see that it says in handwriting that you've only seen once or twice, Oxton's, that says in very plain and fine, small handwriting, for Volca.
Can I open it?
Of course. It doesn't
Like,
take
funny.
it doesn't take too much strength to pry it apart. You just use a dagger, pull it off. The nails being upended, if you will, from the crate, and you can see that there are more rations, but it does not have dried jerky. It has instead dried berries once again, but as well as some nuts and other things to give you some nutritional value, as it looks like he is indicating that you will not be touching the meat.
I'll be vegan until further notice.
No, it could be pescatarian. Wait, is that the religion or is it the people who eat fish?
Nice people who eat fish.
I saw
No,
someone.
you're thinking Presbyterian.
Oh right, no, of course. You're Lutheran, so you can't eat any.
You can't eat any
There.
fish.
Dude, I saw somebody. It was on Reddit, and they were talking about why they're a Presbyterian. Presbyterian? You fucked me up. Fuck you. Fuck you. I had it right the first time. And he was like, "It's not because I have like morals or anything. I just fucking hate fish." And he goes, they're owing me. All right. In due time, you guys cross over and into the Winterbank side of halfway. And unlike last time, as you are slowly unloaded, there is not purifiers out and about, but there are still city guards, and they still seem to have little, not trinkets, a flare to symbolize what country they're from. So the berets from Gaul, the like half cape, tartaned style cloaks for the people from the land of Ire, and then of course baguettes for the Italian, or oui baguettes, or sorry, bowls of pasta for the Italians. But no one gives you any trouble. You guys actually recognize, for the people who do have good memory, roughly the same guards who unloaded you last time are the same guards who are presently here. The same ones who were like, "Oh, father," or preacher. They're like, "Oh my God, hey, what's up?" And he was like, "What's up? I'm silent. I'm stunting. Slay queen, girl, pussy boss." But they just kind of give you a nod, but it doesn't look like they recognize you or anything. Cart.
Hurt.
Who is driving cart?
Isn't the same people from last time?
The usual suspects. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. So it'll be Volca and Dredgen.
Yeah.
Okay. Dredgen, what appearance are you taking right now?
I'm back to my Germa form.
I keep I hate keeping going on tangents, but I saw on TikTok, and it was like, Germa is the definition of a sane person who's fighting alongside like a chaotic schizophrenic, and it just showed a clip of him going like, he's like, "My shirt's not on backwards," and he like aggressively pulls his shirt to like look at the tag, and then puts it back and goes, "Wait, no, don't tear the shirt." And it was unhinged, to say the least. If it comes out years from now that Germa is like a Harvard experiment to see how the internet would react to such a being, it would not surprise me.
Yeah.
Right. So you two are on the front of the cart. There is enough room for a third person if anybody is interested. I say to the magical beings. If not, of course, there's enough room in the back of the cart. I'm seeing a lot of head shakes. Okay, don't worry, you're good in the back of the cart. Oh, also, in the cart, you see, you being Arwen, you see something. You people.
You people.
You see a strange item that you didn't buy, but you see underneath Bub's frame this like doggy bed.
All right.
It's just like a giant pillow, basically.
That's a dog bed.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Butterball?
But yeah. You didn't buy that. Putting it out there. There is no note for you, sorry. I know. There is a note for Butterball, but of course he's
No!
there's a dog, so
The note says woof woof bark bark
Bark.
growl.
He's down there.
Oh, look at the
He's
nose.
just vibing.
I'm feeling big Butterball energy right now, let me be honest.
Can I poke my head back to, like, through the little, like, window thingy back to my other companions?
That you guys forced
Oh.
into existence? Yes, you may.
It's in the picture, it's on the cart.
On the picture!
So, if anyone asks, what's our, like, story as to why we're traveling through Winterbank? What do we tell people?
Wait.
That is a great question. I don't know.
I don't want to say mercenaries. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Alright, I'm gonna butt in real fast and then I'll leave. It's me, Bub, here. I know we haven't spoke much. But oh, I
Why
forgot.
does Bub sound like Merlin?
They all sound the same. All the animals sound. You guys can just be moonlighters. There
No.
doesn't have to be much else to it.
Uh-uh.
We're specifically hiding that identity for some reason.
That was you were never told to hide it. They just
Only
said
know.
if we're doing a job
That's why
on
I
our
said
own.
Yeah.
for some reason.
The problem there is, even if we say, oh, we're moonlighters, they're gonna be like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then you
Just be
go,
saying we're killing werewolves.
yeah, moonlighter activities. And then they'll just believe you. Well, maybe.
No, they won't.
Because it's the truth.
It is the
Okay,
truth.
that's going a little bit far. They won't believe us.
Most of like the like the guards are gonna be like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Oh,
Move.
we're not worried about the guards.
What are the chances you'll run into another purifier?
I don't know, Davis. What are the chances?
Who is to say?
You tell us.
50-50.
It's the same base odds as finding a shiny Pokemon in the wild.
And the
4,056.
No, 8,000.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, it is 4,000 now. My bad. No, you're right. Old shiny Pokemon odds.
Right, thank you. I was worried.
I would imagine the odds being higher in Catholic land, so
What? No. It's such a big area. What is the likelihood?
This is like telling us to not find a Catholic person in Italy.
But I just wanted to point that out. You could just say you're Moonlighters, and they'll be like, oh, okay. Maybe not Purifiers. They'll be like, well, where's your captain and lieutenant? And you'll be like, oh, shit. Fuck.
Sidebar.
He's right there. Points to Bub.
He was polymorphed. Please help.
Of course, citizens. Stand back.
So we wanna just go for the Moonlighters?
I guess it.
to put on our
Do we want a
moonlighter shit
special-
on.
Do you not like your Moonlighter shit? It's pretty comfortable to me.
Nah, I mean it's not really a problem. But I mean, we can't if we just say we're moonlighters without putting it on. Will they believe us?
We could just show them our pendant.
Yeah, never mind then.
I'll put on my Moonlighter cloak if I didn't have it on already. I don't remember what exactly I was wearing.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I was gonna say I would have on my Moonlighter cloak, but I'll have on my Moonlighter cloak.
I'll also put it on after that conversation.
He's vaguely Nazi shaped to me. Fucking shit, no! They're gonna think I'm a Nazi now. Sorry. I had the cat salute. Don't worry, it's fine. The camera's on.
Davis, I think you mean German bad person.
My bad. Yep.
I'm sorry. Are you guys talking about Nazis? Those don't exist.
German
What am I
fascists.
talking
please.
about? Oh, okay.
Also,
Sorry,
what I,
I
like to
was
call
confused there.
liberal.
Sheesh.
All right, so you guys are putting on your Moonlighter cloak.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And are you guys gonna wear your pennant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. I will remind all of you that you technically all have 2 pennants. You have your Moonlighter one, and then you have your specific one to Oxton. So the whatever fucking title I gave you.
Hold on, both.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we should have on like just the plain Moonlighter one, because if we're traveling with Ivar and anyone does ask who our captain is, we can just say it's Ivar.
Well, they don't know what the pendants mean.
They might. You don't know that.
I do know that. They don't know.
Okay, I trust you.
Speech 100.
I like
Wear his 3 necklaces.
my headcanon is that Arwen once had in a meeting where they're like, how can we infiltrate the Moonlighters? And it's like, let's send some undercover agents. But it's like when they send like a 35-year-old bald man to go do that at like a high school. And it's just like, it's like, hello, my fellow Moonlighters. And it's just a guy with a fucking burnt handprint on top of his head.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
It could be any of us.
They're not smart enough to break
The villain could be anyone. The villain.
Any one of us could be a Stan user.
Then yeah, I'll put on the 2.
Okay. Sounds good. It is spring, so it is a bit toasty, but like you'll be fine. I'm just letting you guys know. But because you guys are in England, it's constantly raining, so this is a great decision. Except for when it's not raining, which is like 35 minutes every 4 months. So eventually you guys are going to see something really pretty. Okay. You guys make it past the mirrored city gates and enter the mountainous area of Not Hefway, Winterbank. Fuck me. Cool. Got your little token here. Let's pull that back into existence. Speedwagon. So, I'm not saying you have to do it now, but keep in mind, because I'm about to do something real fast, that as you guys are traveling, I'm not going to make you roll for every single day. I'm going to make you guys roll to keep watch for like the tile, because the tiles are a bit wonky now, but because you are traveling a path you've already taken, I'm going to say your movement speed is doubled, so effectively your travel time is half. So you guys will need to take watch. You're going to need to not prepare food because you have rations and whatnot, but you are going to have to maintain watch at the very least. And Valka and Dredgen, because they're going to be steering the cart, cannot take watch. So it's pretty much just going to be Shiro and probably someone else, either Ashlyn or Arwen. But just keep
If
that in
someone
mind.
else wants to take my spot, I can sit on top of the wagon, because I got my eagle eyes now.
You have eagle eyes.
I can see really far now. It happened while I was in the woods with Esme.
Yeah, alright. I'll sit up there with Dredgen.
I will climb on top of the wagon.
I'll put on my stupid little good boy band.
Bitch. Perfect.
DM, I forget, was it only given to people that don't look like humans?
Correct. So your
Okay.
3 party members, you and Valka were fine.
Alright.
And then you can also keep in mind the 2 of you were given the holy symbol of the witness, in case you need to pull out the full breaks and be like, no, you don't understand. I am religious.
We're protected under God. That was the noose rosary, right?
Yeah, the new rosary. I promise there are other gods that people worship. You'll find them one day. I promise.
Praise Memphis.
Is actively gonna kill all of them.
Mythos, guide us.
Please.
I think it's funny that out of all the gods he chose like probably the most based in poggers one. Well, I guess it depends. She is kind of capitalism. Woo! Oh, baby. All right.
God, I love to oppress the proletariat.
Yes, man.
I love the smell of burning coal in the morning.
Rolling. All right. So before we begin the actual travel, I have a little something prepared. Gotta kill the bot first. Where's my music? I'm gonna end it all. That's not it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Oh, there we are.
I'll be back in like 3 seconds. I still have my headphones on, so I can still hear.
I got
One Mississippi.
all the
Go.
song titles are in
That's
Japanese.
not a second.
It's very hard to figure out which one I want. And after
That's
this,
the one you wanted.
we're gonna queue in. Yeah, it is. We're gonna queue into Drift Veil. Two things. I'll send you this now, Alicia. You get this. I'm not gonna RP anything. This is yours.
Yay.
Oh, I hope that's sent, and hopefully to the right person. Uh-oh, James almost got that. That would have been funny. Okay. Hopefully, all right. Who's the other one? Fairy Boy. I almost said a slur.
Whoa!
When my demons escape.
I almost said a slur. God forgive me, I almost let my demons escape.
Shit, don't make me cry.
Forgive me, Master, for just this once I have to go all out.
The moon lampers!
All right. The party goes down a familiar trek south, stocked with more than enough food and reserved
Why did
selection
you
trek.
refer to me?
Oh, I'm getting to it. I have to do a little bit of a...
Okay,
Come on,
gotcha.
man.
I was
I'm,
like,
I'm
why-
building up to it, all right?
So confused.
Oh my god. The trip instead of snow is filled with vibrant colors from springtime. It is this time of flowers, after all. So your rolling hills and mountains of green are covered in little blots of, spice, also known as flowers. Arwen. As you guys are taking a break, we'll say, from traveling, because you gotta give your ox a little time to recharge, give them a little dommies. You know how that works. As you're finding cool shade, a familiar scent of warm sand. That is such an odd smell.
It's an odd thing, but I
Is
know
it?
what you mean.
Um,
I've been to Florida before.
no, not that type of sand. No. Wait. No. Magician appears, not that directly in front of you, next to you. And you hear a deep sigh, not of like exasperation of like you're a fucking failure, kill yourself. Sorry, we're on
Yeah,
Twitch.
of course.
Unalive yourself.
Right.
But as one who's just taking in the scenery. For reference, everybody else, if you're seeing Arwen right now, he's talking to himself. You see no one.
I'm just sitting there.
This is a
playing
common
the
occurrence.
reins, just like
I can
looking at him, like, what the fuck?
What's up? No. If you are close to him, for any instance, let's say if this has happened before, you don't sense a particular being or like a pinpointed area. There is just another presence around him. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, he's on to it.
Midichlorians.
Literally. Dude, Shiro is
Okay.
actually slowly unlocking the force as we move along through this campaign.
Velka like hangs over the side of the cart down to like Dredgen and is just like, either he's talking to his patron or we've completely lost Arwen.
Arwen
I
just
can
like
imagine
my,
Arwen just ignores you guys whenever you like talk about him whenever he's doing this.
Arwen, just like my boss when the crematory was almost set on fire, decides to floss. He did it again to me today. He was like, Davis, can I show you something? And I was like, sure. And I walk into the embalming room, and then he looks at me and just starts fucking flossing. And I'm like, what is the point of this? What are you gaining from this? And I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, I just wanted to show you that. And I'm like, do you even know what that's from? And he goes, the internet. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right, anyways, backtrack.
That's a good answer if you don't know what that is.
I know. Gotta get him a victory royale. Magician appears. Lets out the sigh. It's only been like a couple hours since leaving halfway for reference. How has this trip treated you so far compared to the last one?
Quite nicely.
Considering there is no more snow, I would have to agree. I know that we have not spoken since the incident with Monsignor Candowitz. But I want to let you know that humility, something that I sensed an overwhelming amount of from you before you died, is an important trait to have, even more so than bravery. And I am rather impressed that you were able to show both at the same time in that very moment.
Well, thank you.
You are growing as an individual since in the past several months compared to when I had first met you. And as a reward for listening to my instructions and for clipping a demon of his wings, I think it is only fair that you gain something in
Really?
response. Yes, but do keep in mind, I give it back, but just as easily I can take it away again.
Fair enough.
And he snaps his finger, and you hear the sound of glass shattering, as this like mental block preventing you from flying fizzles away.
Gotcha. Okay.
Woo!
Completely healthy relationship.
Completely healthy.
Just remember who pays your car insurance and your phone bill. No.
He puts the food on the table every day.
I pay half the bills.
Now, Arwen, I'm gonna need you to take some of the gold you got and buy me a dog. I will not elaborate any further. This just needs to happen. We will name him Carlisle. He does not say that. That's me stabbing Andon. I'm sorry. As you feel like you can use your wings again, like a muscle that is coming back. I do need you to keep in mind, though. Please, like the old story goes, do not fly too close to the sun.
Right. I'll have to thank you. You helped me realize something after you could call it talk.
Some people say talk, I say shouting.
Shouting match.
Wait. That is all I have for the moment. Do me another favor. And he points directly at Volka.
I look directly at Volka.
Do not get bit by her. That would greatly hinder the plan.
Alpha's just smiling at you. Hi.
I can get. Alright. It's good to know.
The thing that she has is not a ordinary lycanthropy.
Oh. I could tell by the incurability?
He squints.
Incurability?
There is a cure for everything. This one is just a bit of a weird one. I am excited to see how you will resolve this.
All right then.
And
How do
he.
you do?
Hmm?
Never mind.
What?
I was going to ask how you knew so much about the cuss.
Some might say that I am a master of curses.
Right.
If you try to go digging and to find more information about me, that will not help you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And then. Yeah. I have a particular or a peculiar feeling about what is to come on this road. I feel as though you will suffer great anguish, but then also be revitalized by a face that you hate very much.
Wow,
As
you're
if-
speaking in code, but not like a riddle kind of code. Just vague.
It is only feelings. That is what all I can give. But I feel though as I want our relationship to grow and be something better than what it currently was. You should know more. That is it.
I would like to know more.
In due time. And then he vanishes.
This doesn't care about me. I'm just a speck of time. Now he wants to get to know me. He's like muttering to himself.
With that, you guys are able to get back on the road. Your ox has had an adequate time for a break, and you begin to truck on. On and on and on. So, you guys are going to encounter your first set of watch rolls. Who will be watching in the evening? It cannot be Dredgen. He is steering. Dredgen needs to sleep. Sorry, Dredgen. Shiro, I
Oh,
assume.
you mean like throughout the night?
Yeah. And because you are helping Signor Dredgen, you may also not do anything. You may sleep. That is it. Well, we'll see if you sleep. As for the other three, Mitama Shiro, you will need to, you will probably take watch, I assume. And
Notice you
then
don't have to keep doing the French accent. You're not playing the character anymore.
He loves it.
I am stuck in it. I'm here now. There is
Taking
nowhere
it
else to
out.
go.
I'd probably take watch during the day. Well,
There is no
since I'm
watch
in
during the day.
Well, I mean, I'm in the seat with Dredgen.
That means
I
you
could
only
sleep, but
have.
that would be...
That means you will only have watch for. You'll have combined watch from Ashlyn and Shiro.
Well, I'll
for-
do the morning watch. Does that make sense?
No,
Like
it
the
doesn't.
later-
Waiting.
Okay. Okay, so we only have watch during night.
Yeah.
The night. Okay.
Guys, you can trust my perception rolls.
I can't see in the dark.
Didn't hold on.
Well, I have dark vision. I'll take the second watch then.
Didn't your wisdom just go down, Andon?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, I'll take
Alright.
the...
So before I have my night people roll, Dredgen, I will not make you roll. You are well acquainted with Zox. He is your best friend. He reminds you of Jinbei. Big, annoying sometimes, prone to headbutting. So I need Volka. You are going to be keeping quote unquote watch while you travel through the day. So give me a perception check. Yeah,
16.
cool. And then I need Shiro. I need you to roll. Yeah, and then I will also need rolls from and Dion, who will be happening first, and then Arwen. Because I believe Luke, you said Arwen would be taking second. Watch, okay.
I rolled a 23.
I rolled a 23.
That is a really
Oh.
weird algorithm to say +1. Nope, -1.
Yeah.
You rolled a what now? Oh my god. You rolled a 23 too, Arwen. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
And then Ashley, you did pretty good. What did you? Oh, you rolled a 16. Okay. Let me see if you guys encounter anything. That's fun. What if you guys encounter Monsignor Bones again?
I think that would be the best day of Sam's life.
Sam is about to pull the fuck out. Monsignor Bones, I have an offer. How would you like to be on a boat? Thoughts?
How do you feel about boats?
That's the whole offer.
Wow, I critically failed, which means nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it means that nothing happens to you guys for your first day.
When God fails, we all win.
True. So, both for the day and the night, nothing happens. Move on. If you guys at any point want to do RP, let me know. I'll stop. But in the meantime, as you guys begin your descent from the mountains once more, you guys, or
Is
you're
it
slow.
still the first day?
No. You guys got past your first and second day.
Okay.
We get to
Like
go back
before
to
Vel.
rest.
Yeah. All of you take a long rest, please. So that means everyone who had whatever the fuck it's called, point of exhaustion. Yeah.
Woo!
Hey.
Technically, it was 2 days. So if you had, no, you guys should all be clear now.
Before Vel. First of all, can Velka sleep on top of the cart, just like where she's been?
Sure. You mean do what Lancelot did when you guys were traveling with him?
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
And then
Fucking guy.
Velka's gonna make the journal entry to Elias, and then can she write the first of her many things?
Yes. 1 second. I need to mute myself. You may. What day did I say was the full moon? It was the 15th, right? On the calendar?
Oh, wait until actually.
Yeah.
Davis gets
No,
back.
30 days. Let me make sure. And then there's a new moon, technically.
Blinded by the light of God.
And the first.
What are you looking at? That's
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I'm
Okay.
doing
on.
So
secret
then it would
stuff.
be a full moon.
They Weight Watched
technically.
Alicia.
Oh,
oh no.
Is it the night of the 15th going in from the 14th to the 15th?
There we
or
go.
From the 15th. Oh, yeah.
I have a whole
obviously.
doc of these things, and
I figured it out. We're good.
putting them back into color to tell which ones I've done.
Whatever your name is. White
Luke?
girl. Alicia. I
Oh.
figured it out.
girl.
Sleeping is easier. Look at that.
Cool.
Actually, with each passing day, it gets easier.
Ooh.
Anyways, I'm gonna change the music. Did I answer your question before I left? I had to ask as well something. This was directed at Alicia. Did I say yes to everything? You're good? You just
Yeah.
wanted to write? Okay, cool.
I'm doing my writing.
Ashlyn.
And what day was this on? It was the 26th, right?
This would have happened the night of the 26th and the night of the 27th. Fuck. Making me keep track of shit. Alright, you may now speak to Ashlyn.
Ashlyn, after we get a fair distance from Twick, would you like to do our training?
Yes.
Alright.
I like to ask Ashlyn.
Hmm?
Do you want to work? Could you work on my gun again, please?
Right. Can I have been? I'll do that during watch.
All right.
Sounds good. Cool. Any other little RP moments? Cool. I will continue on then. As you guys descend further from the mountains, I need, once again, the same set of rolls from everybody.
And then I'll also do a Tinker Tools.
Yes.
Oh, natural 20, 23.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
Two.
Not
Oh, boy.
quite that. Oh
Uh,
wait, so I
Tinker-
roll a 3, but that's a 14. That doesn't make sense. I'll roll with it.
is an intelligence plus a proficiency.
Yeah, sorry. It actually says you rolled a 10, Luke, which is kind of funny. I
Yeah,
also
for
saw
me,
a
I
3.
rolled a 3. Yeah.
It might have just been like weird cock thing.
I got a 13.
The Tinkers?
Yeah.
What's up?
Is that enough? Check.
9.
You guys are doing good. So let me do some math here. She rolled a natural 20, which is convenient for all of you. So I'll count that as 2 successes against the only 1 failure. So you guys are fine. It's just a neutral roll then. And then, yeah, let me see. Sorry. I think that might be enough to repair it.
It's enough to temporarily repair a disabled device.
Let me look real fast. Okay, yeah. I'll say temporarily in this case means it functions, but now your misfire with the... What am I doing? I can just access your character sheet. I make good! What is your misfire on your sex pistol? Oh, hopefully I didn't put that in chat. Thank God. Oh, it didn't say misfire. Okay, yeah. I'll just say your misfire increases by 1, Sam.
My misfire?
Yeah, what that means is if you roll a certain number, the gun breaks.
Alright,
So-
and now I have 2 numbers that do that?
Yeah, so basically on specifically the what the fuck did I call that weapon? The something glacky.
I think you called it, I don't
wacky
have it in
glacky.
here.
Oh, let me just drag that over from his character sheet. 1 second, please. Where is he? There he is. Features? Oh, the Nordland Glacky, of course. How could I forget? So the misfire rate is typically 1. But for you, if you get a 2 on this gun, it will
Okay.
yeah, sorry, I'm having a stroke. It would oh my fucking god, it'll misfire, which means I gotta get him to fix it again. It says it only has 6 uses. Please ignore that.
But I was about to ask about that.
What's up?
It was like, because the other gun didn't say that it has any charges.
Yeah, that was specifically from his weapon. Cool. It shouldn't be there.
Gun.
And then remember that the Nordlanden Glacky fires 2 bullets. Don't worry, it's the same amount of ammo. Just ignore that. Magic, but
It's
not
like
actual
the
magic.
DFA. It's like the DFA in Destiny has 2 barrels and shoots
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
bullets.
yeah, you got it.
Alright, cool.
It does 2d8 instead of 1d10. So keep that in mind. Cool.
I got dual wield these though, right?
I think
wanted to.
technically. Okay, I mean you can't. 1 second. Let me make sure, because I guess if it's if it has a light weapon, I guess you could, but I don't think it does. Yeah, no. Unfortunately. Oh, I guess you could dual wield it in the sense that you can have them both out, and then you can kind of switch between the 2 of them, and then when one runs out of ammo, you can keep firing with the other one, but you can't do the same thing you do with your coins. Like you can't do 2 attacks in 1 turn with the pistols.
I see. Okay.
With that being said, James did come up with this cool rule set of like basically trick shotting in his campaign, because we all got guns. It's a lot of fun. And I'll probably allow something similar for that. It's kind of like dual wielding, but except the hand cannon has a higher misfire rate, which is whatever, and it's like you don't add your proficiency bonus to it like you would normally, like with the normal attack. But for the time being, no dual wield. What's up?
At what point does D&D become XCOM?
Real fucking fast, let me tell you.
All the time because I'm always missing.
Yeah. A fire and a mist. Yeah.
I'm always missing like
Point blank
95s.
Luke is currently playing Darkest Dungeon right now, while the rest of you are playing XCOM. His insanity bar is greatly approaching. We will see if he gets the absolution or if he whatever the negative one is. Okay. Let me roll.
Despair.
Oh my
Madness.
fucking god. Okay, my bad. Another critical fail. You guys get nothing.
Yay!
That is kind of good,
It's been
actually. I think it'd be better. I mean, sure, you could have a positive encounter, but you could also have a very negative encounter. You could encounter a purifier.
Beating.
I mean, those guys are all over the land.
What are you talking about, Sam? All right.
We just narrowly missed some just now, guaranteed.
True.
Every roll other than a critical fail is a purifier.
He had a name for each one, like unto it's this one.
And
three,
a
it's
20
this one.
is the pontiff.
Oh!
He just has an entire
no, wait,
arsenal
wait.
of...
He was going on his Sunday cruise.
In the middle of fucking Winnipeg, as far from the fucking capital and the fucking
Yeah.
holy church as humanly possible. He was like, oh, I was just out and about. Is that a fucking ferry?
He was visiting his summer home.
Yeah.
He has
In
a
the spring.
timeshare.
In Twick, he owns a condo.
He's been renting it out to Airbnb. And you need to check on it.
It's like
He wanted
barbarian.
Yeah.
More square
He wanted
footage.
He was just taking his new Mercedes Benz for a spin.
You're right. I do think that the pontiff would definitely roll up in a Mercedes Benz. If not a Mercedes Benz with like a BMW sticker on the back. My other ride is a TARDIS. Oh, good heavens. Okay. You guys descend from the mountains and enter a familiar forest. The forest that you guys fought the bullets at. The land sharks, if you can recall. Where you rescued some fascists, if you can recall. I'm sure they won't come back at all. But passing through this familiar territory, you guys are reminded of two things. The purifiers that you rescued and returned home safely, as well as the new cycle party that Mayor Tom invited you guys to when you were staying in Twick. And this is when you click it together and go, oh fuck, I totally forgot. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But for the people who did forget, no thoughts behind your eyes. I'm staring at two of you right now. I won't say who.
It's me. He's looking at me.
No, that the purifiers have little outposts out throughout Winterbank and they patrol that area. Normally within a tile or two of the actual town. Purifiers. Yes. All of you. Nope, actually, no, don't. Not yet. You have to get through this first. Once you get through Twick, I'll make you guys roll. Oh, actually, no, we'll split this in half, technically. All of you, give me another roll once more. Same rolls. Perception.
Me too?
No, you're good.
There you go.
Unless there's anything you
21.
want to do. Nice. Is there anything you want to do, Dredgen?
No, I don't think so.
17.
Treating me well today. Let's make up for
17. You
the
got a what,
disaster.
I
Alicia?
got 17.
I got 21.
You got
Put
fine.
a ball.
I'll roll, see if you guys encounter
I got an
anything.
8 on
Rolling
perception.
real nice. Feels good.
You got a what?
I got an 8 on perception. I got a 21 on Tinker Tools.
Okay. The gun, at this point, is more or less reverted back to its original state. Misfire rate clicks back to its original one, and the weapon feels fair and good to use. Dredgen.
I hand it over.
Take it. Thank you.
I'm going. Can I do something else as well?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm going to open my painting supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try and draw schematics for this gun. based on my experience with it.
Give me what are your tool proficiencies?
Painter supplies and tinker tools.
A pretty good combination, jeez.
Give me a. I'll say you have the weapon, of course, as you were fixing it and drawing the diagram. Go ahead and give me a painter's check with advantage, which
18.
you needed. You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
I will say that you have a fairly, and although you did roll pretty high, and I'll keep that in mind, of course, when I say this, you have a somewhat, I'll say 90% accurate schematics, just because although you're proficient in tinker tools, you're not super proficient with firearms.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'll say you are able to look at it and know what's going on, and maybe a very smart person like my baby boy Elias, because he's OP and broken. He's my OC.
Right.
Please don't make fun of.
Please don't steal.
Yeah, please don't steal. But yeah, and then probably and probably maybe direction as well. Could
Gotcha.
interpret a little bit of it, but it's mostly just for you anyway. So yeah, I'll see you have
Yeah.
rough schematics. Yes.
Yeah, I never asked this when I originally got the gun, but what does it look like?
Oh, okay. It looks somewhat similar to your flintlock revolver, except the 6-chambered revolver that you're used to is split into 2-3.
Oh,
God save me.
chamber,
oh,
like
Chamber,
barrels.
yeah, barrels functionally. And so when it's kind of, so it fires at like a slight delay. So basically one bullet will fire and then the turning of that chamber turns the other one and then the other bullet fires after that.
Oh, so it's kind of like gears.
Kind of, yeah,
Like
functionally.
Gears and then I change it.
And it has 2 triggers. It has a bang bang pull your devil trigger. It has a top one that you pull that will trigger the left side, and then the bottom one triggers the right side. It doesn't matter which side you click first, technically.
Okay. Is there 2 hammers?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
it's one hammer that's split. Kind of like
Oh.
like a 2-pronged hammer.
Are the barrels on the side or are they on top of each other?
Excellent question. They're on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, actually.
It's a little bit bigger than your other gun, but not noticeable. And then it is not considered magical, so any creature that has resistant to non-magical weapons will resist this. Unless you have, I mean, I gave you some silvered bullets, or Cypher did. You get the gist, but unless you use those, of course. And
If I
then
ever add that to my inventory.
you have, I believe I gave you 10 shots.
I think I just remembered and called it a day.
Okay,
and then
that's
I
fine.
forgot.
Write it down somewhere, or I can add it later. But yeah, you've got 10 silvered shots. And then the other thing I wanted to mention too is that if you're interested, this is a possibility. You can enchant your weapons to do things. So if you ever want to just stick with normal ammo. And if you choose to do that, I'll explain to you how that works. Cool. Is there anything you want to do in the downtime?
Well, I'm imagining he gave me that schematic.
I don't know.
So
Did he, Ashton?
No, I have not.
oh, okay, never mind then.
Ratioed.
Was that downtime question for everyone?
No, just for Sam, because he is just technically steering the cart.
If you saw me making it, I'd let you see it. But I was just making it for me, so
Probably didn't, considering he's driving and you're in the back.
yeah.
And then when he's not driving, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Great, Ashton.
Look at your mom. Everybody's like, "What are you doing back there? Look at the road."
It's like the dad asking for snacks. He got the backwards cup.
Yeah, the
Backwards
backwards
you have a
hand.
rest. You just finished working on that gun, and now you're painting something.
Painting what is that? A Nintendo?
Is that a Nintendo?
Ugh.
Backtracking. So, you guys finish your rest, and you're probably an hour or so away from Twick when all these memories of it kind of come washing over all of you. And for the most part, you guys remember your experience was generally okay. Some of you guys got super fucked up. Others of you didn't. But once you guys return to the small village, tee-hee-hee, it's time for a music change and genre change. We're gonna go from slice of life
Roll slam.
We're gonna go from slice of life to psychological horror.
We're about to be upended.
Oh. Not the upended.
What that was that? Grab you something? What do we have? I'll go look. I'll be right back. I'm gonna play music, get you guys in the mood. It's actually not that bad. Actually, I take that back. Hollow Knight is a psychological horror.
This difference for darkness.
I'm gonna mention that throughout this entire trip, Velka has she's basically been living on top of the cart, and if she's not sleeping, or on watch, she has her like face buried in either some kind of piece of paper or the journal. She isn't really talking to any of you that much.
Sorry, I'm too busy being on watch.
I'm too busy looking over my shoulder at Ashland's schematic. I'm just kidding, I'm not doing that.
Alright.
Davis, did you hear what I said before you left?
No, what'd you say?
I said, is this difference for darkness?
God damn it, not again. Hold the one in your mouth. Alright. Okay. Two things.
I have. Oh.
No. Yeah, what's up?
Would anyone have seen me while I was painting or doing?
You said you were
stuff?
in the cart, right?
Yeah,
Maybe Shiro.
gotcha. The
She
last
perceives all.
page had Esme's face.
Doing Aigal was really weird. Oh god.
I'm just trying to make a living. Don't ask about the people who have fur on them in the rest of the pages.
He got inspiration from seeing a werewolf. We can profit off of these. Someone wants to fuck a werewolf, right?
Some guy paid me to draw wolves kissing, and I just,
Inside all of us are two wolves.
I mean, he was offering a lot of money.
Frankly, it was a sickening amount of gold.
Super valid.
Oh god. Another guy wants me to draw him fucking bread? It's really weird. The Wonder Bread. Okay, back to the game.
Okay.
Now that we're done with that dark thought experiment. I did say it rains. It's raining. Surprise. Rain sound. And there is a it's more drizzling and there is fog. Although it's not like break out the fog horns and where's the fucking lighthouse. Just a low fog. Upon returning to the small town of Twick, hamlet really, village even, you guys see a familiar face storming out of a house, door slamming shut behind him. You see Mayor Tom, and he's looking around and he's taking a deep breath, kind of like Rick Grimes, like in the prison where he's like, no, and like, Coral, no. Just less
Sure, man.
screaming about Coral. You know what I'm talking about. I'll find it. What am I caught on? We're good.
What if it's a cat?
God, I wish. Fucking hate Klaus. But he looks in distress. And you can see he's like, he's wiping away his glasses as a wagon approaches. and he's like kind of puts his glass back on, he cups his hand, and you see his face goes from anger to desperation. And he walks up to your guys' cart. More like a walk sprint.
Long time no see.
I really didn't think I'd be seeing you folks again in my lifetime. I take this as means, and he thinks about the direction you came from. Did you... And he looks like he's going to ask you a question, then realizes that it's not really worth asking. Are all of you safe?
Yeah, we're fine. We've had a very safe journey.
Good. I know the road can be a bit dangerous for those who aren't fitting within the agenda of the church.
Of course.
Listen, I know you folks are really busy, but I also understand last time your capabilities. You brought back the purifiers alive, and well, so to speak, but more importantly, alive. And I'm sure you're just passing through again, but I have a request.
Sure.
If you can recall, there were hags that the fires were hunting. Give me a history check, Arwen.
I don't remember this.
I'm sorry, was that common?
No, it was British.
It was British. Oh, I wasn't not a public roll. Got a 9.
You vaguely recall that the purifiers, before being ambushed by bullets, were chasing a creature or creatures, not sure which, and they fled into the Underdark.
Oh.
I will say that there was no mention of drows, which are typically the residents of the Underdark, or ones that the purifiers would be hunting down. And he sees the look of confusion on your face. Well, nonetheless, they were hunting down hags before being ambushed in the woods that you rescued them from. But anyways, the hags came back after the... not too long ago, shortly after the purifiers left our town. And they stole 2 kids. Their mum is gone, you see, and their father was gravely injured in the attack. His blonde hair was stained with into a deep crimson. It was a rather vicious circumstance. I know that perhaps if you're mercenaries or whatnot, I'm not too sure. I'm a humble man. I will admit where I'm not knowledgeable. We don't have much to offer, but if you can just figure out the fate of these children, we as a village would greatly appreciate it, and we will reward you with something that we've been holding on to for quite some time.
Well, we are, as Moonlighters, it is our duty to help those that seek it, but is everyone in agreement? Would we like to help them?
I'm contractually
Yes.
obligated to help these people.
Perfect. We will help you. Just with a smile on his face.
Thank you, and you don't have to spend long on it. I understand a bit further that you're Moonies. That
Is that what they call us?
yeah, they call Moonlighters Moonies and Purifiers Fires.
We just haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You've heard it once
It's been
before.
said, yeah, once before.
It's been said before. I wasn't paying attention.
It was said once before to Velka, and fucking Andon, like Ashlyn, made a joke about her being a werewolf, and she was like, dude.
Dude.
Not cool, bro.
Not cool.
Cool, bro.
I am not.
I am not a werewolf, man.
He looks happy. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that. He was in the middle of a sentence. I understand that you Moonies are quite busy, so you don't have to spend too long on the endeavor. But you know, us village folk were not really too adequately prepared to fight mystical creatures from other planes. Nonetheless, if you encounter the kids, their names are Elizabeth, and there's a difference. No, it's not. And Thomas.
Well, leave it to us. This is what we're here for.
I have 2 questions.
Of course.
The first, does the father need medical assistance?
No, he's stable at this point. He's a strong farmer, a hardy son of a bitch. But he should be fine. He's resting right now.
Excellent. The second, do you have some means of conveying the location to us?
Of course. Please follow me.
I'm gonna cast message when he turns around.
Okay. Yeah, he turns around to start guiding the cart.
I say to Ashlyn, can you try to figure out what kind of, if there's any Fae around?
It's only so far that I can tell. And even then, it's not something that can perforate through barriers. Even simple objects like this cart would significantly hamper my ability to detect such creatures.
I'll do it again. You see me messing with my hand. I just want to make sure when hags are involved, I just want to make sure we're not being tricked.
I see. I'm going to get up, look at him, and then I'm going to Divine Sense ping.
Him being, of course, Meriton.
Yeah.
Nope. The only 2 Faes you pick up on are your 2 allies.
I put a hand on Arwen and Dredgen's shoulders.
Okay.
Let them know.
Better safe than sorry.
It's a small village, if you guys could recall. Basically one quote-unquote road. You guys see that most of the houses, which were warm and open for those who needed it, are currently shut with windows boarded up. Very strange. But perhaps not too strange given the circumstances you've been told. You guys are led to the... not at the end of this village, but on the outskirts, but close enough where neighbors could intervene should a threat arise. And you guys see that the front of the home, where the door has been completely mangled and destroyed. The door is nowhere to be found, and it looks like a creature of the size of maybe Renorin is the best guess. Broke their way in. You see large claw marks on the floor, like at the base of the floor of this little porch. And you see all the windows have been shattered outwards. And Mayor Tom speaks up. The footprints might not be fresh by any means, but it appears that they broke in through this front door here, did the bewitchery, nearly slew my dear friend, and then ran out through the back towards the woods that way. And you can see that he's like pointing and gesturing along the way. You guys don't have to get out of the wagon. It's very clear. And the house itself is set up like a shotgun house. For those who are not informed, basically a shotgun house is that the front door and the back door can be seen from each other. in theory, you could take a shotgun and fire it throughout the entire house. In a single line. And you can see that a similar destruction has happened at the back of the home as well, where the quote-unquote back door is.
Can I try to make an investigation check from where I am, like on top of the cart, about like the claw marks on the ground? I'm trying to see if they're werewolf.
Sure, you can roll investigation. I will say, because if you're not leaving the top of the cart,
It's not anyone. No.
Okay. No, they're just jagged, like, and you can't really put it together.
Would you allow us to investigate the home?
Of course. I hope you understand that I will enter the home with you to make sure that you don't.
Of course, naturally.
And you see that he takes the first step into the house, and he's like dodging like the broken planks that have been uprooted and are jagged, and sticking upwards.
Can I try to find anything that's like any traces of arcane magic, or I guess it wouldn't be particularly arcane, but just like magic.
If you're not using a spell, then it's going to be an Arcana check. And then Ashley, what were you saying?
Yeah. Well, actually,
I'm going to cast the Borrowed Knowledge spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to choose intelligence or investigation.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a history check because that's also intelligence.
Yeah, I
or
got
no,
you.
I would have expertise in that, so not that.
Yeah, I don't have to take magic. So. 16.
I know what proficiency modifier is. It's just going to be a +1 or +4 to the roll.
I think I got my wires crossed at some point. Did he say that he didn't know what or who took the kids?
Okay, I'll try that again.
Hags? Okay, yeah. Then I got my wires crossed at some point. I don't know why I tried to see if they were werewolf.
14.
Is that supposed to be a 14 or is that supposed to be a 15 from the Borrowed Knowledge?
14.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. So, what did you roll, Arwen? Okay. Yes, you are able to find the remnants. 1 second. You find a pinch of fine sand, rose petals, a combination of the two, which, with your roll, I will let you know, is the components to the sleep spell. Okay. As for Ashley, what were you rolling for to begin with?
I was investigating to see things like how big this creature is, like just in dimensions, like not just height.
Okay.
Things like how much it weighs based on how much of an impression it leaves on the floor.
Fucking Sherlock Holmes.
And then since I need to use my book to do this because it has a material cost of a book that's worth a certain amount of gold.
Yeah.
I just open it to a page of my father.
Okay. I could give you a bunch of random lore bullshit, or I could just tell you it was a huge creature.
Gotcha.
D&D.
Yeah. Space-wise. Yeah.
So 10 feet by 10 feet. Oh, and, with a 14. 1 second. And a strength score of... above 18.
About as strong as I am with these gauntlets.
Oh. Well put.
You have any idea why the kids were taken? I was gonna ask the guy.
Well, everyone's going to have their own stories about why hags would steal children. My personal interpretation is that hags steal children to eat them and to gain youthfulness using adrenochrome.
Shut up. Shut up.
He does not say adrenochrome. Everything after that point is perfectly that is Tom. I just couldn't help myself. They call themselves the liberals.
I too be liberals to stay sane.
But yeah, basically, what he said. So eat children, make them youthful, and to some, maybe perhaps they're trying to indoctrinate young Elizabeth into their coven. Entering the home, simple, not a lot. This is a poor village.
Poor village.
The house is destructed, but not like unsalvageable. You guys can clearly see the bloody aftermath of the father's attack. And you guys also see a painting. More, I think, out of everyone, Ashland's catches your eye. You see a painting of what looks like two adult figures holding hands. One with like this kind of blonde shaggy hair, and then one with this red kind of curly hair. And it says Mummy for the red-headed figure, and then Daddy for the blonde-haired figure. It looks like that is.
I thought you were like two looking adults, but at closer inspection, they're actually children.
Yeah, it's the children. You got to jump into the painting. Welcome to the Ashes of Arendelle. And it is a simple painting that is kind of framed. It's like got this weird kind of branch-like frame, like natural.
Magnet into the fridge.
Is it fridge magnet? Yeah.
No fridge. It looks like it's
I
on
was gonna
the.
s-
It looks like a this like communal like bedroom space with two beds, one larger bed, one smaller bed, and
Gotcha.
the painting is next to the larger bed.
I was actually I was going to say, is it fridge magnet quality?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Obviously, I should mention if this wasn't super.
It's one of the kids.
It's one of the kids, yeah. So it's like shitty.
Yeah.
Velcros will smile at it when she sees it.
So, were there multiple hags? Was the father able to see multiple, or was it just one?
From what John was able to tell us, there were two figures, one that had charmed the children and the other one that had done most of the heavy lifting.
I can assume one is definitely capable of magic, and he's like messing with the sand.
I'd like to go back over my investigation to see if I can pick up any clues about the second creature.
Like the bulky creature?
Well, I thought I picked up the bulky creature before.
Oh, you mean like the more, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Does it look like this one's trying to conceal itself in any way?
Yes and no. I'll say, using your previous role, it looks like, and maybe this could be wrong, keep this in mind, but we're able to interpret, is that the other creature, the non-huge one, was kind of concealing itself within the tracks of the bigger one, if that makes sense. So, yes and no. It was concealing itself, but it wasn't trying to make its presence completely unknown. It was just trying to perhaps conceal the fact that there was two of them.
Hmm.
When did you say this happened again?
No more than 2 or 3 days ago.
Well, we better get in a hurry. We don't have a lot of time to waste here.
It is quickly approaching evening.
And then I
I-
assume that. Sorry.
Oh, go on.
The the second creature is likely not huge since it's standing within the tracks. Gotcha. I will relay this information.
You lot are quick to pick up on clues and whatnot. I guess it shows from your experience. Or it shows your experience.
You could call it that.
Arlen's fought hags before.
Meta, were you knocked out in that combat?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Not until the second part of it.
Continue on.
You're referring to the one he got crushed by, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Falca looks confused. She didn't see that.
Sorry. My bad. I also didn't hear it, but I imagine that I might have heard it. Or I
The
might have
crack.
heard it.
Can Valka go out the back door and check out, like, tracks going into the woods?
Survival, please.
14.
The tracks are steady. Almost like they were beginning this fast-moving pace. And then the tracks become further and further apart, insinuating that they were jumping.
Well, we should get a move on. If we want to hurry, if we want to hunt them tonight. Couldn't find my words there.
Tom speaks up. Are you going to take your cart into the woods?
Probably not. I don't think it's very wise to take it into the woods.
You're, of
Yeah.
course, more than welcome to leave it here in town.
Yes, if you could take care of the ox, I'd be much obliged.
It's the least we could do.
Oh, I said obliged.
When, when you are all come back with either good news or bad news, I will be waiting at the closed down Beehive Bar. Or I guess it'd be pub. My apologies. Beehive Pub. Which is that small little dainty pub. Dainty.
See you then. See you there.
Yes. He watches. He walks out the front door and begins to maneuver the ox. Who? Well. How?
To the damp woods we go.
I assume you guys are gonna try to follow the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take lead on this, Valka says.
I'm going to cast Aid on myself, Ashlyn, and Dredgen.
Was that the hit points thing?
Yeah, I'm doing it on Dredgen instead of Volca this time.
Okay.
What
So
are you doing to me?
You get 5 extra HP
Oh, sick. Oh,
for 8
sick.
hours.
Oh, fuck.
So I'd put that in like the temporary thing below your.
Stay +5.
Yeah.
A bit meta, but would Ashlyn have access to the information which says that hags work like jokes and that they work by rule of 3?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Alright.
I'll say that's where
to,
your information on them ends.
Gotcha. I'm going to suggest that it's a possibility that there might be a third, but that if they are trying to
Indoctrinate is
Convert.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, they might be reduced to 2. Or limited to.
Maybe the purifiers were able to get 1. Seems likely they're not incompetent.
Haven't killed me yet.
Well, at their supposed actual job. You know, they used to only hunt monsters.
What do you think I am?
There's a devil in the wrong place.
Hmm. I wonder about that.
You love the music. In Angelo Ambiance. Remember that one time you guys met a nice hag and never again?
No. I do.
I literally don't.
You weren't there for that, so that makes sense.
Arwen wasn't either, so I don't either. She gave our good boy a little flower crown.
Makes him brave. It's a placebo.
He's about to say.
He's just a fucking ox now.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He's
Oblivious.
just dumb, so we chorus
Whoa,
him.
whoa, dude,
Whoa.
fucked up.
Keep him ignorant.
I need Miss Volka to give me another survival check as you begin to track the footprints.
Do I get advantage because I did things with Esme?
You weren't hunting hags. Do you have any background as a monster hunter?
No.
Geralt are you
I got a
Geralt of
1.
Rivia?
Guys, I think they're going this way. Yeah, but that's where we came from.
I can track animals, not monsters.
Is anybody aiding her?
I can aid her. I still got, like, I have the borrowed knowledge for an hour.
You may roll with advantage, Miss Volka,
So, like, roll again.
but this might seal your fate.
17. Thank you.
I rotate her 180 degrees.
I'm pointing, you turned me.
Oh dear. I'll say that, flavor-wise, she got. I mean, of course, it's the woods. There's gonna be a bunch of tracks, and she kind of got distracted by another gargantuan, or not gargantuan, but huge creature, and their footprints. But you, oh my goodness, sorry, the cat. You, Ashlyn, knowing that hags are tricky little fuckers, were able to get her back on track by using your knowledge previously of the tinier creature. You found more prints, so you're able to find the matching. Can I fucking help you? I'm gonna eat.
Like a footprint within a footprint.
Kind of. Plus the footprints are kind of muddy, so. But anyways. Well, 17, you're fine. 1 second. Traveling, the fog gets thicker.
Things obscured now?
Yes.
Okay.
One second. Alright, one is not working.
I have a remark that Ashland would make.
Go on.
It's enlightening to know that Winterbank faces much the same problems we do outside our cities.
Foggy?
Not
Also-
exactly what I was referring to. But sometimes, yes.
Alright. Out in the woods, there's a rolling fog, growing thicker with every footstep. But the party hears giggling and drum beats in the distance. Do you guys wish to stealthily approach?
Yes.
I'm going to cast Armor Bag at this before we do.
Sounds good. Yes. I would say roll with disadvantage because you cast a spell and everything, but you're already rolling a disadvantage, so continue on. So I need everybody to roll me a stealth roll, please.
No. Oh, fuck yeah.
How do you fuck that up? You're the pirate. You're the stealthy guy. You're a rogue.
I'm a +7.
Oh my
and
god.
I rolled 2.
Dude, you just got L plus ratioed by fucking Arwen, the fucking humilitor. Oh my
I got a
god.
14.
Heavens.
I
So
see
got
what
an
you
8.
rolled. What did you roll? Oh my god.
He sees me, guys. He sees me.
What'd you roll, Volka?
14.
Oh my god.
I fucking break an ankle and I can't.
You said 25.
It's your broken
can't
leg, man. It
stealth.
may be healed, but
Internally, I'm always broken.
you have so much place to hide.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. What did you roll to begin with? Didn't even get that. You rolled a 2, Sam.
I rolled a 2. I have a
Roll 2.
+7 modifier.
I know, you're an
God.
expert in that bitch. No, fuck, dude. Alright. Well, anyways.
Actually, I'm only proficient. I don't have expertise in it.
Really? No.
I only have expertise in deception and sleight of hand.
Based.
Ashlyn's going to enter this battle with a shield.
Okay.
I will also draw my shield.
You may not. No. As you guys approach, some more silently than others, but you're not able to really differentiate between you're able to differentiate, but you kind of zone out as you guys are all entranced by the music. Some of you are able to make out a large humanoid frame slamming on drums, with a smaller humanoid dancing in a circle with 2 smaller humanoids.
Sounds like an Elden Ring area.
A small home-like structure with lights dancing in the distance can be seen behind this fireside dance.
Arwen's gonna whisper something. We should take out the spellcaster first.
Oh, Bub's not here. My bad.
No.
Shiro.
Small hag.
You are able to pick up on almost like you're approaching a barrier. Not like a one that'll keep you away, but something unnatural, like the spidey senses.
Fucking sure have spidey senses.
More or less. Arwen, you hear a whispered voice say to you, it's familiar, don't worry. Well, it still might scare you. Is your kids already dead?
He catches himself. Fuck.
And you see, like, Pennywise, magician, kind of prances off screen. Like, arms up and...
He just like backs away into the fog.
From fucking Friday the 13th. That is what you guys see in the distance. They seem to not have...
Notice this.
Yes, thank you. Ooh, really struggling there.
Okay. So, to initiate this, I can turn 2 of you invisible.
What is being rolled?
I don't know. And then I can attempt to entangle them when you get close.
We want to approach this. Do we want to like surround them or?
I think we should attempt to take out the smaller one as fast as possible.
Do you think they might try to run when we engage?
I doubt it, but if they do, that's good for us.
I meant more like running away with the kids.
Oh.
The fog grows thicker, and the drum beat switches tune to mimic the sound of a beating heart.
I'm going to turn Ashlyn and Volka invisible. Dredgen and Jiro, I believe in your stealth abilities. And then whenever you guys get into position, I will cast a spell.
You guys see in the center, the 3 figures, the fog consumes them, but the one big figure is still banging away on the drums. And you can still hear the childish giggling from before. But you can no longer see.
You can no longer see that.
Yeah, the fog is sick. But with that being said, the large hag can still be seen drumming away.
Yeah.
The drum beat, like I said, is that of a rhythmic heart, and it seems to be picking up.
And we see like this line.
Yeah, you can see like this bow of it looks like mushrooms.
I'm going to touch Ashlyn and Volka, touch them, and then I'm going to cast invisibility and twin it. And you see like sand come out of the ground, and then like kind of like wrap them, and then you just boop. They are no longer visible. I will stay back here.
And I have Volka walk along like the edge towards like the east area. Like without crossing it. I know
Sure.
it gets like really close to the edge of the map, so I don't know if I'll be able to. But like, it's somewhere over here.
Yeah, I'll say because it is glowing. It's faint glowing. You're able to
Like there.
yes. 1 second.
Unlock spell slots, and then that is I'm gonna use those. Okay.
I need all of you to roll me insight check.
Insight.
Insight?
Yeah, insight. Yeah.
The fuck is in... Oh, there it is.
Your
5.
charms do not work on me, winch.
This one didn't work on me either.
Actually, this doesn't apply to you.
5.
Did Volka say 5?
Volko said 5.
I got a 5.
She's sitting there all stealthily, and then she shouts, "I rolled a 5!"
Yeah. Hey guys, I got a 5 on my insight.
Balka and Shiro. Well, Shiro, you wouldn't begin to know this.
I can't even begin to fathom.
Well, let me explain. Arwen, Dredgen, and then Ashlyn. You guys are able to pick up real fast that the heartbeat sound from the drums is imitating each of your guys' respective fastening heartbeat to the situation. And alongside it, as it grows faster and faster, the fog gets thicker and thicker and thicker. Meaning, 2 things. That this hag perhaps maybe knows of your presence, and or it's just a coincidence, because you're beginning to kind of be a bit paranoid as you're approaching this stealthily. The other thing is that there's a good chance that the hag, the big hag at the very least, is controlling the fog. With that, Balka, I know that you are invisible. you... One second. You feel this overwhelming sense of dread and doom. Nothing in particular, just you are really feeling the anxiety of the situation, the gravity at hand. You are not under the effects of any spell. Arwen.
Can I say something real quick though first?
Yeah.
Shiro, can you follow Volka, and Georgian, can you follow Ashton? I'll stay here. I just feel like we shouldn't be singled out.
Mhm.
I'm in the open, so if I get caught by something, you can easily do something.
Wait, can we move all the way around here? I guess so. Okay.
You're gonna say something to me
Yes.
before something happens.
Yeah. I was making sure about something.
Let me know if I've moved too far.
Yeah, stop it there.
Oh, okay.
I need you, Arwen, to roll me a nothing. Actually, you don't roll anything. My apologies.
Okay, my bad.
You just take it.
Uh-huh.
He's rolling dice, uh-oh.
You fall unconscious.
Oh,
How far into the fog can we see?
It's about to change. Give me 1 second. You're not at 0 HP, Arwen.
yeah, I'm just unconscious.
Which means the invisibility on those two break. Because you cannot concentrate while you're unconscious.
Yep.
1 second. I just want to make sure that was used correctly. Yeah. It would be. Okay. You begin to fall asleep. The rest of you. 1 second. No. But I mean, you'll see something in a second. 1 second, please. Just 1 second. Arwen, as you just drop, you are or sorry, let me backtrack. You are focused on the spell and the situation at hand. You can't see all the figures anymore, but you see the big figure. Like, okay, that's fine. And then you smell this pleasant aroma of roses, and you smell the familiar smell of sand. And then you hear a very quiet, soothing shh in your ear before falling asleep. For the rest of you, the drums, as they were beating faster and faster and faster, mimicking your guys' heartbeat. Ashlyn, as you're moving, you see your form kind of spring back into existence. And you feel the effects of invisibility wear off of you quickly. At this moment, you realize something has happened to Arwen, at which point the drum beats stop in one thundering crash. The fog begins to
oh.
disperse.
Once I notice that, I'd like to do something, if that's alright.
Yes.
I'm going to put away my sword, cast Shield of Faith on myself, and then draw my sword again.
Okay. You see, as they all spring into existence, as the fog quickly, in a gush, flies off into the tree line, still resting there at bay. You see the forms emerge, a young girl and a young boy huddled together in the center of this inner fairy ring, and you see the huge hag begin to stand up, the drum under one arm and these massive femurs as literal drumsticks. She stands up and begins to move them in her hands as a weapon. I need everybody to roll me initiative. I will add the people who use this. Ooh, my bad. Oh, fuck. There we are. I will do it.
Well,
My initiative. That
Makes
makes sense.
If anything, that is completely fitting.
we really just experienced the highs and lows.
The highs and lows of high
What?
school football.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Why do I have higher initiative than somebody that just rolled a 20?
Because
you
your
have,
initiative is
plus
6.
8.
Plus 8, yeah.
Shouldn't you still go first, though?
No,
No.
it's not an actual, like, criticals don't matter on initiative.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like all criticals that I roll, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Oh. Yes. So as the fog shoots past the tree line, all of you guys are startled. Volka, Ashlyn, you know that your visibility has dropped. Dredgen, you already rolled shitty stealth. You're super visible now, even more visible, perhaps.
I'm naked, in fact.
Yeah, actually, your clothes are gone too. It's just crazy. It was a virus. Shiro, you see Arwen fall to the ground. Not bleeding or dying, just slowly begins to curl up on the ground in a ball.
I'm gonna take a nap right here.
Arwen, as you fall asleep, you hear Magician's voice. What the fuck? I
So,
will-
Magician sounds like Eric Cartman.
What the fuck? What? How did you even manage to do this, you fucking buffoon? Alright. Dredgen, you're at the top initiative. What would you like to do? You see the large hag is rearing its head and looking at you and Ashlyn, and you see the smaller hag is pulling away from doing the motion from Arwen. Her attention is not on you.
I am pretty far away. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not what I want.
you could change that.
Get rid of that. I
Be
don't
the
want
change you want
that.
to see in
That's
the
not what
world.
I wanted.
There's nothing there, Sam.
What the fuck is this thing then? I don't...
Oh, I can get rid of it.
Oh, I thought you just licked your fingers and started removing it from... I was like, what the fuck?
Wiping off his monitor.
Unhinged Davish moment.
No, I was
Fun
like...
fact about actual like fairy circles, they're made from dead trees.
Wow.
This is
And
a
dead
big ass
people.
tree. Yeah.
Was that 35 feet?
Uh-huh.
Alright. God damn it, dude. How far away is this person from me? 50 feet? Dude.
Uh-huh.
You can walk 30 feet and then flick your coin at them. Doesn't it have, like, a range?
You're right.
It
You're
does.
right.
It does have a range.
Alright. 5, 10, 15. I brandish both coins.
Bing, bing. Bing, bong.
Let's go with fire coin first.
I like it. Picasso.
Attack. Normal. Chill that shit roll. 17.
That just
That
barely
hits?
hits, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I already found out the AC. And then...
Sam is doing schmovement right now. Alright, minus
There
it.
you go. I will not be using sneak attack right now. I'm gonna use
Fair point.
the
Gambito
other
Beto.
coin. Yes. Attack. Please, for the love of God, don't roll any lower. Oh, it's the same.
Wow! Papa King. Let's see that damage.
Alright.
Let's see that funky
And then-
damage.
And then we add a little sneaky.
A little sneaky boy.
A sneaky boy.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh shit.
I see you, Sam. I see you.
And then after all that, I fucking Fortnite damn him.
You've done it. Is that
Alright,
your
my
turn?
turn.
All right,
Yeah, my turn.
Ashlyn.
I'm gonna go get
I'm gonna-
pizza. I'll be back.
Pizza.
Use my increased heart rate to my advantage. And I'm going to move up 20 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Let me check and see the spell really quickly.
You counterspelled it yet?
That would be pretty funny. Okay, it can't upcast that, so I'll it's first level. And then I'm going to swipe with my longsword.
Yep. Roll the hit.
I'm going to choose to succeed on that with my TM inspiration. Is that alright, Davis?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can hit.
Cool. We're gonna
Man.
queue up our defensive flourish, so it does that. That's a d6.
That's funny as fuck.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also gonna max level smite that.
Hold on.
Does it not let criticals?
I hate to be a rules lawyer. Is Shield of Faith, is that concentration?
Oh, fuck, you're right. Wrathful Smite is a concentration spell.
I'm sorry. I just remember that. I thought you were using Divine Smite, and I was like, oh no, it's all good.
Gotcha.
Do you still want to cast it? If you want
No.
to move back some things, we can. I'm fine with that.
Gotcha. I will give myself that spell slot back.
Okay. And if you still want to succeed
Cause-
on the hit, you can. If not, that's also fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're going to roll the damage.
Okay.
Classic. Then we're going to
Classic Andon. Certified Andon moment.
Divine Smite damage. Normal.
Not a fiend or undead.
Yep.
I-
So 60.
What?
what?
It's a promise?
Oh, and then
What if I view them as a fiend?
she's
I rolled my,
exactly bloodied.
Thing, so it takes 5 more slashing, and then its movement speed is decreased by, I think, 10.
Ooh, not 109. That would have been embarrassing. Okay. And
Luke, what you just said is. Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, go on. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna talk to Luke.
Okay. Are you done, Ashlyn?
That isn't my turn, yes.
Okay. So let me explain what just happened, because I want to add a little flavor of combat. So, Judge, you come fucking flying out of the woods, coins in hands, bong, bong. The fire coin hits her, and you watch as it sears against her flesh. She takes the damage, neutrally, so she's not resistant, not immune, and also not vulnerable. And as the coin comes flying back to your hand, you hit her with the bludgeoning one. And once again, same concept. Takes neutral damage. As she's focused on you, Ashlyn, you come out of the woodwork, swing on her, and it looks like you're about to fuck up your step and like go sliding in the mud. But with some divine intervention, you quicken your step, training with Oxen, and bring the sword back around and are able to strike her as she lets out this wail from the pain. You further your damage with a divine smite, and yeah, we move on to Shiro.
Oh god.
Oh shit!
I,
Beat your ass.
I smacked the shit out of Arwen. Just a little bit.
You can try.
Non-lethally smack the shit out of him and be like,
I smack the shit out of him just a little bit.
non-lethal damage.
I non-lethally smack the
But he
shit out
takes
of him.
damage?
I mean, does he have?
She is
to take
striking him.
damage?
Yeah, you should definitely do. Yeah.
You just arm him.
Smack him
Just...
without doing damage. That would-
Isn't Arwen at 0 HP?
No,
No.
he's
No?
he's
He's
just
passed
unconscious.
out.
So yeah, you're gonna have to hit him. You're gonna have to give him a little smacky smack.
All right, well, I'll give him a little smacky smack.
Out of all the people, should a monk be hitting someone on
A
an
monk made out of
ally?
stone. A monk made out of stone.
I think you could do less damage with your dagger if you stab me.
Would like to stab him awake.
No, don't worry. You'll only take the minimum damage of 1. You take 1 bludgeoning damage, Arwen, and you're awake. I'll remove the. Oh, okay. We'll just do it that way then. Why is it unconscious there? I've given up. You're just forever asleep. Sorry, buddy. All right, there you are.
Forever sleep.
Arwen, you're now awake. And then Shiro, that will. Let me double check that. Yeah, it does take an action. Yeah.
Like a attack.
No, it's exclusive. You don't take a point of damage, but it does say you have to. You're technically you were slapped awake. You're like,
Okay.
but it does take an action to wake someone. So yes, Shiro.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna go back to my previous position.
Okay. Good luck, Arwen. Is that
She
okay,
just
Shiro?
puts me back to sleep. Am I actually prone behind this rock?
Kind of, sort of. It's pretty low to the ground.
He is also.
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
You're about to be lower in the fucking ground once I'm done with you, bitch. What's up, buddy? Dude, this cat's going fucking sicko mode over here. All right. This hag. Oh, not what I wanted.
I think you actually want it right there.
No, I'm not using his phone. Let's just double check something here. 35. That's unfortunate, truly. Oh, she doesn't need to be. She only needs to be 30 feet. Think about it in a roundabout way. She
No.
you're unconscious. She could swoop around, do a little damage on you. That seems kind of funky. Seems pretty wild. I would have done more damage if you were unconscious. Damn it! Thank you for agreeing, Klaus. Shit. Fuck. What is your HP total? Oh, shit. Alright, you're past it. Alright, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. She is going to scuttle. You heard me, scuttle. Up to you, Arwen. Yeah, she moves on all fours. Like, yeah, real fun. And she runs up to you and she's going to strike twice against you.
She's gonna attack me? Alright.
Yeah, and don't worry, you're prone, so it's fine.
Spellcaster things.
Use uncanny dodge.
Use uncanny dodge. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, cool. We'll do that at your turn, technically. Where was this? Don't worry about me. I'm not relevant to you, truly. She is going to attack you. Does a 24 hit?
I will subtle cast shield, and what is she attacking me with?
Her claws.
Yeah, I'll do slashing. I'm gonna assume it's slashing.
Amateur.
It's cold.
Some of it is slashing.
Okay, well. I'm gonna remove that now. So if she rolls below a 19, then she misses.
Yeah. She got a 24 with the first one. You, my good sir, are going to take on fucking God? Is it all? Hold on. I might have just cucked you. Oh, but you're not unconscious. Okay, so it's fine. So you're only gonna take that damage, which is psychic. Okay. Whew.
Oh.
I almost just one hit you, like killed you.
Oh, classic.
But fortunately you weren't
Classic
sleeping.
Davis
Fortunately you
things.
weren't sleeping. Look at that. You're gonna take 20 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, wow.
Oh wait. Oh. Yeah.
That's psychic?
Yes,
Or...
psychic specifically.
Okay.
You watch as she strikes in the air and like misses you, and you're still waking up. You're like, what the fuck? And then it grazes in your mind, and she's gonna make another attack against you.
That was only one attack?
Uh-huh.
That's so much damage.
Don't be asleep. Or on the ground.
I'm not asleep.
Because every time we touch, I get this feeling. And oh wow, I got a 13. That's gonna miss.
That's gonna miss.
Which I think is probably fine. What's your HP at over there, big dog? Oh wow. One day I'll get you. And that is her. Oh, Volka.
5, 10. Oh wait, yeah, 5, 10,
Yep.
15, 20, 25, 30.
She.
And I'm gonna bink bonk hit with the icy hammer.
Okay.
Attempt to.
Mhm.
Missed. Nah. Well, maybe. Hold on. 12.
Yeah, it's gonna miss.
Okay. Try to swing again.
Yeah.
Natural fucking 20!
Perfect. Continue on. Is that cold damage? It is cold damage, or some of it's
Yeah.
cold damage. Okay, continue on.
And you said it was just, It's
Dou-
just double dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll get your Warhammer dice and also your hammer or the cold damage. Can I fucking help you?
Do you need them separated?
Nope, you're good to go. But you're not raging, so keep that in mind. You don't get your extra rage damage. That's fine. It's only
I
plus
forgot to. Wait.
Dog, I don't know why you're yelling. Ain't gonna help you.
26 damage, and because of my crusher feat,
Bing bonk.
that was bludgeoning damage. Everyone has advantage on their next attacks against her.
I'll put her as cursed for that sake. And then roll me a d100.
Oh, I also want to knock her back 5 feet.
Okay, cool. And then roll me a d100.
Where the fuck is my other one? There it is. 50. Oh, wait, no. 95.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You're selling 95 for sure?
Yeah, it was 95.
As you take the hammer and crack it against the side of her head, you smash one of her horns in the process. She has a painful scar.
Good, good. Hold on. How far did I travel? 5? 35.
Okay,
I will stay here and end my turn.
sounds good. It is the huge hag's turn. She is going to focus all of her attention on the closest man in her proximity. She is not very smart. How much did you increase your AC by, Andon? It was like 5 or
5.
something? Okay. So you're sitting at like fucking, like something stupid high, like 24, 25?
24.
Okay.
Time to roll out the DC.
Actually, she doesn't really have that many spells. She's the unintelligent hag, but you're about to find out why. Fuck it, we'll try. Where is it? Oh, I'm on your character sheet. I'm like, where's my move? All right, just a normal attack, no advantage, no disadvantage. All right. Oh shit. Okay. She goes in for a hug, and you nimbly dodge.
That's the thing that one-shot R1 from before.
Yeah, and then that'll be her go. Yeah. Yeah. Arwen, at the beginning of your turn, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Last man.
Is that a 13?
13.
You fail.
It's not good.
You
That sounds like
take. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. What's your HP, right? Okay. You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay, well that gets through my. Well, I still have the aid. HP.
What's up? Oh,
It doesn't
Ash.
go away.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, let me make sure about that.
I
real
took
fast.
20. And I've taken 23.
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
have
yeah.
28 HP.
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. My apologies. 1 second. You're cursed now.
Oh, I'm cursed now.
And then
Did
1
I take the
second.
damage or no?
You still take the damage, and the cursed
Okay.
creature's hit points maximum decreases by 1d10.
Oh.
Let me. Where's my d10? Boop. That's funny. All right. So, but you're unconscious technically, I believe. No.
No,
Aren't-
I still have 5 more HP because I casted aid. It doesn't require concentration. Go away.
4 more?
Oh, I have
Because
4
you-
more after the
Yeah,
1
because-
HP reduction. I
yeah.
took 23 damage and I had 28 technically because of aid.
Oh, right. Because yeah, you took the 20 from the psychic plus the. I got you. Okay. So you're still up. Cool. You're not unconscious. But you did take 3. She
I
regains.
can leave it at 4.
She regains
That is
3.
not-
That works. All right. You may continue.
I am going to. I'm going to twin cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. So these 2 hands pop up out of the ground, and I'm gonna try to grab Small Hag twice.
What level is that spell?
2nd.
Davis, I lied.
What's up,
My
man?
AC is not 24, it's 26.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because Shield of Faith, of course.
Yep.
She uses your reaction. You get counterspelled.
Okay. I'm then going to.
She doesn't have a reaction. That's good.
You can walk away.
I could already do that before.
Similar again. She shushes at you as she's reeling back from Balka's hit.
Let's see. Then I will simply 5, 10, 15,
Nope.
20.
You're
I'm gonna do
prone.
right there.
You're prone, big doggy. You're
Oh,
big.
yes, I have 15. There we go. Well, I guess I should say that. Stand up. I forgot to say that.
I got you. I'll move it. Fucker.
Oh, you,
Don't you touch my prone. Don't you touch it. Hey, you're cursed. Don't you fuck with me.
you got rid of the.
That's not true. You're gaslighting me. All right, what do you? Is that your turn?
Yes, my turn.
All right, big dog Dredgen. What are you gonna do?
Well, the big one is right there. So.
That's correct. You could hit. You could kill the children.
Oh,
Good.
say it was a freak accident.
Classic Dredgen.
I'm not gonna do that.
I figured.
Dredgen has a line. Killing
Killing children in cold blood, specifically, for no specific reason. I will not do.
You're gonna hit the big bitch.
I'm gonna hit her with fire coin.
Hit.
That hits.
Fuck yeah, man.
Alright. And then I hit her with, without doing the sneak attack yet, I would like to do Gambito Bito. Oh,
All right,
lame.
that is going to miss, unfortunately.
Fuck. Fuck!
Fuck, dude.
as fuck.
Take your anger out on the kids.
I
later.
wanted them to hear me.
The coin bounces off her hide. Anything else from me, Judge?
Did you roll sneak attack?
I
No,
didn't because
he
I wanted to
withheld
roll it on my.
Oh.
But I didn't hit the gun.
He in fact did not hit him.
I
Alright.
did not.
Ashelin.
I had my turn.
Alright. It's me, Ashelin.
Ashellen.
Amelie.
Ashelin Star Restaurant. I'm going to make an attack with my longsword.
I got your joke, don't worry, man.
15? No dice. Alright, well, that's my turn.
Blocks your attack with their drumsticks. Chicken. Shiro! You see Arwen clambering in your direction.
This one really is darkness.
For real, for real.
You have advantage, don't forget.
We all have it? No, we don't. Okay.
Against that creature, yes. Until the start of my next round. Or my next turn, I mean.
Is it melee advantage or?
When you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against the creature are made with advantage until the start of your next turn. That's what I have written down, but it might be a little more in depth. I don't think I wrote it word for word.
No, that's what I'm getting too, so it's just any attack roll.
What's happening to me?
11 misses.
You're angry.
I didn't invoke rage.
What was that?
I had forgotten to invoke rage.
Oh, my bad. Bitch.
I
You could have lied to me. Thank you for being honest.
could have, but yeah.
It's okay, you'll be taking psychic damage anyways.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
You're right, actually. Get fucked.
I'll rage next turn though, because I do get that +2 to my damage, which
22
feels
points.
And sure, disadvantage. What's up?
22 points of damage.
Oh shit, you're pogging out. She's bloodied, I think, after that. Yeah, she's bloodied.
Good.
Hi!
Okay, and then I'm also gonna run away, and I get the disengage action from spending a key point on flurry of blows.
She doesn't have a reaction either way, does she?
Oh, I feel bad. No, she doesn't. Yeah, okay. My bad, Arwen. You have 5. You have 5 temporary HP. She didn't reduce it. I misread an ability. My apologies.
Gotcha.
It's every time you finish a long rest, not until you finish a long rest.
Oh.
A lot scarier.
Oh!
Anyways, is that it, Cheryl? Okay. Poundin'. Oh, she's a whackin', she's a hackin', she's a slappin'. Her spells do not help us in this situation. Very cringe. On the bright side, though, she does do psychic damage. Hey, Balka.
Hi.
It's me, the hag. I'm going to strike twice against you.
You can try.
Well,
I have 17 AC.
Yeah, you
Is
eat
that
that
your
nightmare
shield?
touch.
shit, fuck. I'm gonna delete that. You didn't see that. Does 17 hit?
Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Let me, you're not allowed to see that. Let me just roll the damage now. Oh my god, it's a roll. This is not the damage die, don't worry. Oh, that was a lot better. I'll take that. You heard it. That's all that matters. All right, you're gonna take. Don't worry, that was a lot of dice. I know you heard a lot of dice there. You're only gonna take 18
All I hear is
points.
clack.
18 points of psychic damage.
Cool. Thanks.
And then she's going to swipe again. And get a 18 to hit.
It hits.
And then you're going to take. Oh my god. 14 points of damage. So altogether 32 points of damage
Yep.
from both hits. Which makes you. Does that make you bloody jet?
Hold on.
No, it does not. I think your HP maximum is 67.
Yep. I'm almost there.
Just standing, feeling like a little kid.
Feels good.
I'm gonna move over to Volca. Similar thing with you, by the way. She's swiping at the air, and there's like this delayed reaction before the attack psychically hits you.
Okay, first things first, I'm going to invoke Rage.
I will allow it.
Okay. And yeah, I'll swing 2 more times at her.
Sure.
24?
That'll hit, yes. And then she's no longer cursed. I think Crusher says it goes away at the beginning of your turn? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, my turn. Shitty damage. 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will swing again at her. Yeah.
Hey man, that's 8 more damage than Anda did with this miss.
Is that 21 to hit?
That hits.
Fuck yeah.
Get dragged. Get rolled.
16 points of damage.
Oh my god.
And I will knock her back 5 feet just because I feel like it.
Perfect. Anything else?
What is my move? I will take 2 steps this way.
I respect it.
And then end my turn here.
Sitting there flying back, you quickly maneuver to be in front of her over yonder. And
My AC is 21.
she is not going to do that one attack. I do not believe in myself to hit any further. She is going to instead take a bite at you. It's gonna miss. As I listen to the Guts song. And then she's going to swipe at you twice with her claws. A 20 to hit, which is gonna miss. And then a... Holy fuck, 13 to hit, which also misses.
Tries to bite me and I force my shield in.
She's gonna move away. You do have an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna make it, I believe.
Unlucky.
Why am I like
Feels
this?
bad, man.
There's all this weight and pressure that's just being thrown at you as you are able to feel what the house went through. And as you try to make a attack back at her, just the force alone kind of staggered you. She's gonna move this way. And you can hear she's like shambling away. She's limping from all the damage she's taken. And she walks over to the children and begins to grin.
He
Arwen?
has all of her speed back, by the way.
Oh, thank
She
you.
would have at the start of my
Thank
second
you.
turn.
Arwen will jump on top of this rock. Oh no, never mind. I'm not actually close enough to jump on top of the rock. He's going to shout, "Don't resist!" And I'm gonna cast in the direction of the children. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp.
Okay.
Get on the ground, stop resisting!
Stop resisting!
Stop resisting!
As he's got them in a chokehold and holding a gun to the back of their head. Alright.
Actually, click on it so you see what it does. That's a range of 90 feet. I'm going to cannibalize. Oh, I should actually no. It didn't take away my soul points because I never cast the spell. So I'm going to twin that on both of them, and I'm going to teleport them somewhere around here, next to Shiro.
Alright, 1 second.
It only targets one creature. They could just say no.
I could resist.
Well,
They could resist.
it doesn't matter. This is the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So, like, if they resist,
They can choose to fail.
There's a. I'm aware.
Okay.
All right, where are you putting them?
Next to Shiro.
Okay.
As soon as they get like engulfed in sand,
Yeah, they're 90 feet.
kind of like the Sandman from fucking
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, and they just disappear.
Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
Sandman.
And then appear next to Shiro. And then I'm gonna push the small hag for BM.
1 second.
Bonus action.
Okay, so she's got to make a what? Saving throw?
Strength.
Is that considered a spell?
No, it's a feature. The last one though was. She could counterspell the teleport.
Oh, no. I meant, like, does that count as a magical effect? Yes.
Probably, yeah. It's technically me pushing her with Mage Hand.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I would count that. So strength, and she has advantage. What's she got to beat?
17. No, that's not right. That is just wrong. What's my spell DC? 16. She has to be a 16.
She gets pushed back 5 feet.
And then I am going to move 5, 10 feet. That'll end my turn.
Okay. It is the young girl's turn, and she is going to attempt to run back to the center.
Why? You dumb bitch.
10, 15,
Attack of opportunity.
25, 30.
Stab her.
And then she'll take the dash action to get right there. Then 5, 10,
Can I
15.
Make an attack of no.
You want to?
I thought about it.
Slice her tendons.
Arwen's Villanor killed children.
I really thought about it.
Well,
If they're unconscious, they can't run away.
So, as they run past you, you can see they're covered in, like, mud and, like, scrapes and bruises. It's not like they're missing limbs or appendages by any means. They just kind of look a bit tattered. Strudgeon.
I exist.
You do, in fact, exist.
Do you though?
So now they have the children.
The children, yes, the baby. For reference, by the way, if anyone's curious, the cabin is in this area, just north of the map where I pinged.
Is it safe to enter this circle?
Potentially.
This circle.
You're a fae,
There's only
and that's a
one way to
fairy
find
ring.
out.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to enter it. Then 15.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Where's the wisdom?
Here's the wisdom. I asked myself that every day. Every single saving throw. I
Here's
asked,
my
where's the
wisdom."
wisdom?
Cool. Continue.
Okie doke. And then I bring them coins to the yard.
Bring the coins to the yard.
All my coins bring them
Roll the hit.
just to the yard. I attack with fire coin first. I fucking
Miss.
eat shit and die. And then I do it again. And hopefully I don't fuck it up.
That hits.
And then I do damage. And then I do damage, but again. Wait, actually, hold on. Are these two considered team? Oh, I can't do sneak attack. Okay, I have my turn.
You realize that, it's because you're close enough, Dredgen, the young girl and boy are screaming about the fact that you're hitting the hag.
I fucking confused.
Hey, Ashlyn.
hell.
Howdy.
Yo.
Did I see any adverse effects when Dredgen walked into the...
I mean, he looked a bit dubious, but I mean, he went in.
When do I not?
I don't have any evidence to suggest.
Nope. It looks fine. He was attacking the hag just fine.
Go in.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, boss. Can't wait to get a natural one. Basically, 5.
Okay.
I fail.
Continue on.
I decide. And I'm gonna get a bit up here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to attempt to make a non-lethal attack against the hag.
I like it. Picasso.
Oh, do I just go?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out what this does later. $25.
That hits.
I don't notice any adverse effects, so I will continue to do as normal. Second level smite, since I only have so many.
You can't use a non-lethal smite.
Can I?
No, you can. You can.
Okay.
I'm just being annoying.
Can I see anything that's going on up there with how the kids are reacting?
No, you're eating shit.
11 slashing,
Okay.
18 radiant.
She drops to 0. She's not dead. She's not dead. She drops to 0 HP. Just for your frame of reference, Andon, she had 17 life left after your sword attack. So you needed to roll that 18 or at least a 17.
Okay.
Where's unconscious? Continue on.
Know my sword
Mhm.
and attempt to assure the children that the creature is alive, but merely like unconscious.
I'll say you're trying to convey messages, but because you used your action to hit, you can't really get too much across.
Gotcha. I've at least put my sword away, so
Correct,
that's
yes.
a peaceful enough sign.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Shiro.
Can I actually do one more thing?
Yeah, what's up? Continue. While
I'm gonna
Shiro's running.
give Regin a bardic inspiration.
Okay, sounds good. No advantage. One 5. This is. Yeah. You can say that again.
7 damage, and then I want to spend a key point to have her. Standing straight.
Okay. She's making a what saving throw?
Come on.
Con. It's not magical, so it's just a normal. Okay. She's stunned.
Yippee! Well, I'm not gonna run away because she's stunned.
Yeah, you watch as her frame freezes up. Or tenses up, I suppose.
Finally.
Okay.
Was Shiro doing non-lethal damage?
She didn't specify. It'll move-
I don't know what Isabel said.
She just rolled damage. She was just attacking, swinging. So does the second strike goes away at your turn, right?
Wham bam.
Shut the fuck up! I just said she ends her turn, bitch. You don't
Okay.
move. You don't move your fucking token until I tell you to. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I thought it changed. I
So
thought it was me.
she's stunned until the end of my next turn.
Thank you. Now you may move.
Thank you.
Use his bonus
Is it-
action to activate rage.
What was that?
What?
It was used his bonus action to activate rage.
Yeah. I used the reaction, dude.
What power?
Are you attacking non-lethally, Valka?
Okay. If I knew how the kids were reacting, I would.
But you don't.
But you said I do not. So I would be attacking lethally.
Yeah, sounds good. Continue on. I was just curious for my own frame of reference.
I really this won't end well.
Just roll like a 1. Oh, you have advantage, by the way. She's stunned.
It's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Yeah, I think it also means there's an automatic crit, too. Let me double check that. Nope. No, it does not mean. It just means all the attacks.
Incapacitated?
Yeah, incapacitated is what that means. But she automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Continue on. Roll damage.
14 damage on the first one.
No need to roll any further. She dies. Her weak frame shatters with the mighty blows from your hammer. I'm gonna end combat right there. I actually don't. I just kind of clicked over on Discord and hopefully kicked the bot. I just looked over and was like, was that the bot I kicked or was that someone else?
It would have been me.
It would have been. Actually, it was.
Oh, oops! I kicked Luke.
It was in between Isabel and Sam. So,
Owen would run over to the children. Tell me when
you
to stop.
wait your fucking turn. I am trying to play music. You wait
Oh,
your fucking
my bad.
turn. Yeah.
Roll your roll.
God damn, all you fuckers. Jesus Christ. Okay, let me play the music.
Yeah.
Okay, let me play my music.
Well, I had asked if Shiro was doing lethal or non-lethal damage because Velka would have followed her lead, depending on either one as well.
Okay, you may now continue. There's no combat. We're just gonna stay on the map for a minute. No, you cannot. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't know where vital parts are. She's using a fucking hammer.
He's bonking.
All right. What are your guys' next moves? The huge hack falls unconscious. The other hack fucking dies. R.I.P. What are you guys doing now?
Can I run over to the children?
Of course you may.
Are they
Do
screaming?
the thing I was trying
You
to
can
say
get rid of my rage.
do, but was not in the action economy.
Yes. Okay. So I will say, yeah, because you're definitely closer. Ashlyn, you get to pop off Queen Pussy Boss. And the kids look upset at the hag following. Hag falling, not following, just falling. And you can hear them in between their like snotty tears. British accent, little child. I am not going to do it. Why would you hit mama like that, or mom? I guess.
Can
I'm gonna look-
Oh,
oh.
good. You got her
I'm
first.
going to look at the creature.
Mhm.
What color is its hair?
A dark, kind of matted brown gray.
But this couldn't possibly be your mother. Your mother has red hair.
Velka approaches. Are they under the influence of anything, magic-wise?
That's what I was waiting to check on. See if they're charmed. Like, look at their eyes. Shit.
Give me an Arcana check, Arwen.
I got a 19.
So the kids, while distraught with what's happening, aren't necessarily resisting. They seem to be in this weird, I wouldn't say trance-like state, more like a fugue state, perhaps. As you look in to their simple eyes, you don't see that the pupils are dilated, which can maybe be charmed. They don't look like the irises themselves look like intact and normal, which also once it indicates that they're not charmed. They don't look magically charmed, but perhaps charmed through more natural means.
So they were gaslit.
They are in firm belief. Actually, no. You just roll an Arcana check.
They are
Can
not
I roll
magically
insight on
inhibited.
them?
Yeah, you can roll Insight, Valka.
Their
If I
emotional
were to roll
states?
insight-
I got a 1.
Would that be intelligent insight or wisdom insight?
Are you looking? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for. That's a good question. I'm looking to see if the sort of expressions that they're making fit the situation that they're in.
Only roll Intelligence.
All right, I'll just do a history because I actually do have
Okay.
that as the correct one.
Yeah, history. Yeah, you've been traumatized.
A 10.
Okay, 10's average. They look distraught because they are under the impression that their mother, may or may not be the hag, is gravely or seriously injured from both your, obviously yourself and Judgeon's attempts.
Gotcha.
They also appear. This is obvious. They appear slightly dehydrated, malnourished, and like this sickly hue of white.
I'm going to go over and huddle them both in, and I'm going to lay on hands them both 5 hit points to cure disease or poison, just in case.
You see some color go back into their face, and you can see that they look a little bit healthier, but also like this was basically like a shotgun heal, like. But rest assured, I'm not saying that they had any disease or poison or anything like that, but they would be cured of it. So it's not like they're resistant or immune to it.
And
I'm
then-
resistant.
Yeah, better hold off on that.
They are not under any kind of magical influence.
And with that, they shouldn't be under any mundane influence either.
Did you not kill the hag? I look over to Ashlyn.
I did not.
Alka opens her mouth and then closes it.
Volka, would you mind making sure the children don't try to run away?
Yes. And approach.
I guess we can try to investigate the house to get a better idea of what's going on.
As you look in the distance at the swinging lights or the dancing lights that are around the hut, they begin to fade, and you see the hut begins to crumble and disintegrate into the ground, becoming one with earth again.
Slowly blinks. Never mind.
How old are these kids? Velka will ask them. How old are you two?
The older of the two, the young girl, responds with 12, and then she points to the younger boy and goes 6. You can see as you're looking at them and they're talking, their mouth still shows signs of dehydration, and their eyes have these familiar to you tired appearance. It looks like they haven't slept in several days.
On like crouch over with like almost like a forced kind look. I'll,
Oh. Can I give them my water skin?
will you come back with us to the village?
2 things. One thing I forgot to mention, Ashlyn, when you cast, or not cast, when you used healing hands, or whatever the fuck your ability is called.
Lay on hands.
Lay on hands, yes. You saw the tiny cuts and scrapes on their bodies heal, and you could see that they're not wearing shoes,
Gotcha.
so
They
their
don't-
feet begin to heal.
They don't actually heal 5 hit points each. They just
Ignore me then.
it's just an effect that you can use with 5
I see.
lay on hands hit points.
Gotcha. Then, with that being said, you see all those.
You kids know how long you've been out here?
Hold on one second. I want to answer Arwen's question. That's what the little girl says to you. Exactly, Ball, because she goes, I'm gonna answer Arwen first. How do you know my name's
This
Arwen? Oh yeah, you said, do you want to come back to the village? The little girl drinks from the water skin before helping the little boy drink some of the water, and she looks at you nervously and then looks back at the hag, who's alive and unconscious, and goes, not without Mummy.
Alright, Well, she's
Did Mummy used to look not how she does now?
Mummy's always been the same.
Alright, well, if that's the case, we will help her get there with you, but she's a little bit larger than us, so you'll have to go ahead. With Miss Volker here.
The
This is a lie.
I am aware, but this is a kid, so it's like, oh yeah, Santa Claus is real. She nods as she takes the water skin and drinks more.
I'll hold out my hands for both of the kids.
They take it, but they're looking back at the hag.
You're gonna help her come back.
I will motion to Shiro and Dredgen to come over.
I come over.
I'm gonna...
I have a question about the dead hag.
Oh, my apologies. Arwen and Volka, when you guys entered the fairy circle, can you go ahead and roll me with some saving throws?
Yeah, sure. Sure, man.
And
10? Okay. Okay.
9.
All right, as your, what's
Am I
your
still
question?
cursed? Do I know I'm still cursed?
Oh yeah, she's dead, so you're no longer cursed.
Okay, cool.
You wouldn't know that you're uncursed, but also you wouldn't
Okay,
know that you were
gotcha.
cursed to begin with. So look at that.
Gotcha. Cool. Woo!
I heard my name.
I have a question
Yeah, what's up?
about the dead hag. Is she just like out in the open, or is she like in the brush? Because I did push her back pretty
She's
far.
like at the base of a tree, like slumped against it.
In the open or like in the brush?
In the open, yeah.
Okay. I have a question for these kids, but I don't know how I want to word it. How long have you guys known Mummy?
The young girl responds with, our entire life.
And what about your dad? He misses you guys.
She looks confused by the question.
Or is John an abusive piece of shit?
No, I already did that one. Can't reuse content. Watch me. Same hag, by the way.
He does all the time.
Same hag, by the way.
You guys have a father?
They don't. It looks like they are not comprehending what the word father even means.
Me neither.
He went to get milk one time.
You fucking right, mate.
In it.
In it.
No father in it.
Who was the
How
other
far
one
away?
that was with you guys?
The young girl seems not distressed, but more like upset at this point. That's Mummy.
Both of them are Mummy?
She nods. Yeah, lesbian couple. Please ignore the fact that they're hags.
And I killed one of them.
God, I hate lesbians.
Arwen at that, he's gonna like hold out his hand like this, and he's gonna, Dredgen, in your mind you hear, you should move the corpse out of sight.
I moved the corpse out of sight.
Which body are you moving?
The big one. Assuming.
No.
The small one?
As you go toward the big one, the corpse.
Oh, I was like, oh. I look like Ashlyn killed it.
Have you been paying attention at all?
Dredgen's
No,
not.
Dredgen-
Dredgen doesn't give a fuck about what's going down south. He's like, whatever.
Whatever, man.
All right, yeah. Judge, and you see the dead body. You go, oh, okay.
Yeah,
for
He's
sure.
like his head's kind of caved in.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, there's another one the entire time. Oh, that's crazy.
Alright.
I'll say you're able to
Water.
find a nice little bush.
I'm gonna find it there.
You gotta crush the hive ghost. Make sure you do that. Super important.
I did.
Okay,
Don't
good.
worry.
Bring
That
this
bitch ain't come back.
there ain't no way. Ain't no way she's.
Ashton, do you think we can carry her? Between me and you. You can't at us like this.
Volka, get on the other side. Arwen, you under.
I have the children.
She has the baby.
I
You're
have the
holding them?
babies. I have both of their hands. One in each.
Hand in hand.
Shiro?
I'm not in that circle. She will not go in that circle. You could not pay
Message
me
Shiro?
to get into that circle. I'm with Dredgen and the dead hag.
Gonna
Shiro,
walk over
would
to
you take-
Shiro?
Shiro, would you take the children back to the village while we
Yeah, walk over here.
help escort?
Yeah, bring
I'll
them over
walk
here.
over the kids while we help
Bring
escort.
them to me.
While we escort Mama back with us.
Yeah, for sure.
I will walk all of us to the edge here. Can I take the children
Yeah.
with me?
Oh,
Yeah, are you leaving the
okay.
circle?
You thought. Huh?
I'll stand here and pass the children.
No, but
The children can leave
you're
the
leaving
circle.
the inner circle, right?
Yes.
Maybe it was some
Let
saving
me
throw.
move back here, I guess, then.
And y'all are trying to get me to come over there. Trash.
That's a
don't know.
1.
What?
Bruh.
That's a 1.
Okay.
Everyone knows not to go in mushroom circles. That's like medieval knowledge 101.
I grew up in the desert. We don't got these.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
true. You're based.
Look at follow.
Pass
Drag.
the children over to Shiro.
Mushrooms don't grow in snow.
True.
Yeah.
Frozen soil.
Once they cross this border, they die. No.
I'm okay with that.
They are like focused. They're like kind of being dragged behind you, Volko, but they're following. Like, you know, like a little fucking snot-nosed Branton target. God, I hate kids. And
Snot-nosed friend.
as soon as you cross across the outer circle, they're like, so they're staring back at the quote unquote mummy. But as soon as they cross, they like focus on Shiro, and the young girl just goes, "Where's mummy?" And then the little boy repeats her to the best of his ability.
Can you see them from there?
No, and they're freaking the fuck out. Now they're crying.
Arwen looks confused.
Now they're crying. God damn it.
Just
She'll be with you soon.
fuck it. Arwen casts sleep
On the kids?
on the kids. Did it?
Roll.
Do they go to sleep?
What D6s is it? I don't technically have it because it's on my fucking D&D Beyond because the stupid thing won't let me add the spells. It's okay.
What
sound
can
okay.
you?
It's from the,
Caroline. Bum, bum,
called?
bum.
Actually, I won't have this spell for very long. 11.
It shows no effects.
Arwen just like sitting there.
They got some heavy HP pools.
Or it's because you're inside the fairy circle. Who's to say?
Mommy will be with you soon.
That's my
She'll
spells.
meet you there.
Give me a deception check.
No. That's my last spell slot, so. Can't do that
11?
again.
Sorry, I was beating the shit out of my cat with a bag.
It's an 11.
They both nod. Your lies worked.
I shall return this way, and I will cross this line again. Do I have to re-roll anything?
No, that's okay. I kept in mind your previous one.
Okay.
Or takes a deep sigh.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to do here.
Just pick up the hag.
And do what with it?
We'll take it back
Carrying
to
it with
town.
us.
And if it wakes up?
We'll kill it.
It's going to be very injured if it wakes up.
Okay. And I try to help pick her up.
I'm going to stand under the armpit. I'm gonna doff my shield, and the hand that goes like around the shoulder, around the neck, I'm going to have a dagger in hand.
Okay.
Can I invoke rage before I try to pick her up?
Yeah, but if you go out of rage, then I'm gonna make you re-roll.
Okay, then no, I won't do that.
Because it's a static thing, you know. It was like breaking down the door, sure, whatever, but...
Yeah. I feel you.
Just be aiding.
Rid of one
I'll
of
be
those.
helping out.
I won't
Okay,
make you
yeah,
guys roll.
Eve!
The three of you are fine. He's got magical enhanced gauntlets. She's a fucking werewolf. You're doing nothing, but you're there for moral support.
I'm here. I'm an
You know
average
those-
farmer. I'm helping.
You know in like cartoons and stuff when people are like carrying a boat, there's like that one guy who has like his hands up but he's not actually touching it.
You're doing great! Alright.
Oh.
No, I said you're doing great.
That's why I told Arwen to be the one in the middle.
So if we drop it, it crushes him.
Kinda. Or more like is cushioned by him.
What the fuck?
How much of a distance are you guys going to keep from the from the children?
We're
As
gonna
far away as
walk
possible.
now.
But within eyesight?
Let's like act like Velka says. Let's like act like we're struggling a little bit until they're out of eyesight.
I am struggling.
Ashlyn, let's act like we're struggling.
This isn't exactly easy for me, you know.
Okay.
It's taking a whole lot not to just end her right now.
What do you guys think is going on?
No
It's not
clue,
magic. It's not.
No idea.
but it's probably not worth risking it.
My only guess is maybe these hags were people at some point, and they got transformed. I killed the other one.
Oh well.
Arwen? Please roll me an Arcana check.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's a 20, sir.
Do you want me to tell you in private the information, or would you like to be out in the open?
Sure.
Where the fuck are you?
Uh-oh, stinky.
You remember from your Hitler Youth training
Mhm.
that Dusk Hags, which is the one you fought, the one with the horns,
Okay.
can reproduce by eating children, and a couple days later giving birth to a duplicate of the child with pitch black hair. And eventually they become hags, consumed by their corrupted nature.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna move you back now. Hi, we're back.
Welcome back.
Brief intermission.
See Arwen. He's like, takes a deep sigh. Oh no.
What happened?
Those aren't the kids.
Those aren't the kids.
Those are the... Looks over to the mashed up corpse. Those are her kids. Oh, I'm
No,
down here now.
that is incorrect.
That's incorrect.
It is
What do you
a
mean?
it is a
Yeah,
duplicate
that
of
eat the first kids.
no, it is a duplicate of the kids.
Duplicate?
And when they are reborn, they are function the same. Yeah. Okay. You can rephrase it. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Hold on. I need to reconfirm something. Did you just say the hags are the kids and the kids are the hags?
No, that's not at all what I said.
Oh!
So Dusk Hags. That one points to the bushes. Once they reproduce by eating children, looking at Davis. And the offspring are duplicates of the children that will eventually become hags.
Those aren't the kids.
They are the kids, but they're not the kids.
Is there any way to undo what's been done?
No.
You forgot the detail where I told you how you're able to identify.
You can tell by the horns.
Nope.
No? Oh, black hair. Kids. They don't have red or blonde. They have, right? The black hair.
You look over, you see coal black hair.
Valka doesn't know how genetics works, so she's like,
You can tell that they're the offspring by their black hair.
I understand.
"Oh, I
Ashlyn's
would
going
wear-"
to move over. Start walking over to him.
For a second.
Do you know how long they have?
Until they become hags?
Yeah.
I don't know. Davis, would I know how long they have until they become hags?
It's indeterminate.
I don't know. Haven't ever gotten that long. From my experience.
Oh, am I able to? Alright. As Ashlyn walks away, you notice that he left the dagger inside of the big hag.
Shiro, you're dealing with the kids. They are scared and nervous about leaving their mom, but they are kind of willing to come with you. But
I'm
they
going
really
to-
they don't want to leave home.
Real quick, I'm gonna just position myself so I'm blocking the neck of this thing from eyesight.
I'm going to strike the child lethally with a great axe.
What the fuck, man?
Okay. Roll to hit. I'll say
That is not the reaction.
I'll say you'll have advantage due to the
Bro.
surprise.
Sneak attack.
Whoa!
Bruh.
Oh my
It was
god.
almost max damage.
Shiro, you watch as Ashlyn approaches. Yeah, you're good. Draws his weapon and strikes the child, decapitating it, head going flying, and the young
And then I'll
girl begins.
flourish.
Do
So
I
the other
see
child
this
is going to take
too?
2 points of slashing damage.
Do I see this too?
Yeah, you do.
I'm just like, what? It's like-
Ashlyn's
Arwen-
expression has lost none of its warmth that he was showing them earlier. by the way.
Arwen will follow up with an Eldritch Blast on the other one.
Handed that is
Hold
not
on.
creepy at all.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm just.
So, Shiro and Dredgen, you guys watch as Ashlyn leaves the fairy circle and goes and murders what you two perceive as an innocent child, and strikes the other child.
I am stun locked.
I will give both Shiro and Dredgen an opportunity to react here, if you guys see fit. No, he didn't.
I imagine there is a logical thing.
Perhaps.
I will non-lethal attack Ashlyn just because I'm like, the fuck?
Okay, go ahead.
You said Arwen cast Eldritch Blast?
No, hold
Yeah,
on.
the other
I'm
one.
gonna let these
I was
two-
waiting. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use green coin and only green coin, nothing.
That's good.
Actually, I don't even know what your 80s. 25? Does
Well,
that hit
It'll
you?
hit.
Alright. I don't. Do I even need to roll damage? I'm non-lethally attacking.
Yeah, because you're still gonna damage him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Where are you right now?
He's in
I
the tree
am-
line. He
Oh,
just
gotcha.
got back
I
from
see.
dropping the body off. You can get sneak attack if you want.
I don't want to. I wanted to do this so I can push him back 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Boom. He gets pushed back 5 feet. So Shiro, you watch as Drudgeon comes out of the tree line, watches, and Drudgeon's immediate response is, after Ashlyn attacks 2 children, is to throw a coin out at him. Ashlyn, you take the 8 points of damage and are pushed back 5 feet because it's a bludgeoning weapon. Shiro, is there anything you would like to do? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Alright.
Drudgeon, is there anything else you want to do?
Well, I was just gonna talk to him, but I don't know if there's anything you were gonna say here that happens between me doing that and then talking to him.
You can shout something out to him. I won't make you roll like persuasion or anything to try to convince him. So, is there anything you want to do?
I say, we're supposed to bring them back.
So is Arwen gonna cast his Eldritch Blast?
I'm waiting.
So, Drudgeon, that's your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Sure, that's your turn then? Cool. Ashlyn, nothing else from you? And then...
Nothing for me?
Yeah. Well, no, because...
Or that's like the end of the
yeah,
thing.
and then Arwen, you can hit him with the Ultra Blast if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna... Because we're not in combat and we don't have a proper initiative order, can I have Velka attempt to grab Arwen's arm and like shove it back down as he lifts it up to cast Eldritch Blast? I'm assuming she would know what he's trying to cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Velka is going to get very angry and go, "What are you doing? They're just kids! We can cure them!"
Arwen, you can roll to hit. I will say at disadvantage because she's blocking.
Makes sense. Not that one.
Okay.
Ooh.
A 14 will hit.
What's 3?
Oh my god, get fucked.
The other kid gets blasted by an Eldritch Blast. Blood splatters on Shiro from the kid.
Kind of like, well, what are you doing?
They're just kids! We could have found something! We could have
Those aren't
helped!
kids. Those are
They were-
hags.
They were children! You said it yourself! That they're
Yeah, they
they're
were.
close.
Keyword being were.
We could have done something! There's
No.
something we could have done!
There's nothing. There's not always a cure. Sorry
Oh,
for the
that's
confusion,
just
Shiro, Drudgeon.
Astonished.
They were hags. The children have already been eaten.
I
Oh.
At this point, I will reiterate to 2 of you that you have met a hag who did not attack you and lived peacefully alone.
Oh, are you talking to me about that?
No, you weren't there. This is directed at Ashlyn and Shiro.
Ashlyn is going to look down at the girl and say, "I am sorry that you did not go as peacefully."
This is absolute bullshit!
What do you mean? They'll eventually fall to their nature.
You
do the
don't
same
know
thing
that
these
for
hags
sure!
did.
You don't know that for sure!
What do you mean I don't know that for sure? I've never seen a good hag.
The world is vast and strange and confusing. There had to have been something. Even if we don't know it now, there had to have been something.
Magician? Is there anything I could have done to save that child?
He's gonna talk to his imaginary friend now.
I thought he was just all like...
He will talk to his imaginary friend now.
I thought he was just all like... He's like, magician, I'm losing this conversation, please help.
Magician is squatted over by Shiro, looking at the 2 kids. No, you can't. Oh, you can feel his presence though. And he responds with, This is your own battle. I cannot help you with this. The
Well, I just
answer
want
is yes or no.
I would have done the same thing.
Velka's gonna take a step closer to Arwen. She's going to invoke rage.
Sure.
And what about me? When I go all werewolf and shit, you gonna try to kill me too?
No, you're curable. It's a curable disease.
You don't know that.
You also didn't get eaten. I
You
do know
don't
that.
fucking know that.
I do know that.
She's referring to like the curable thing.
I mean, I don't know
I was
that.
shouting over your other thing, so I didn't hear what you said.
My entire life this is what I was taught.
Think
You
very.
were raised by
carefully.
purifiers.
Yeah, and this is their expertise besides fascism.
Maybe we don't always have to kill things.
Volka,
Velka turns to him. What?
what home would they have to return to?
They still have their father?
That's not their father.
Do you think their father would recognize them as they are? This country.
Velka's gonna stop her rage.
Very human.
Arwen just looks confused.
Magician still present, sir? Guys in the... it looks like he's wearing a flat brim hat and of a bird.
Velka looks a little more defeated now,
60.
rather than angry, and she's just like, there had to have been something.
You know what? When you find something, you can crucify me.
There was, but it could not be found here.
What are we gonna tell their dad?
The children are eaten by hags.
Like a not even gonna sugarcoat it?
No. Why would I lie to him?
I don't know, you're good at that.
I don't lie.
That is a lie.
What have I lied about?
You lied to my family in Theros.
Alright. You win. I lie. What do you want me to tell him?
Say they
His
couldn't be
children
found.
ran away?
I
Give him false hope? They wanted to know what happened to the children.
say we say that we couldn't find them. And if they want to keep searching, they can. They don't have the hags to worry about anymore. And Velka will pull the dagger out of the neck of the big hag and toss it over to Ashlyn, like on the ground. She's not trying to hit him with it or anything.
Hey, Davis, I have a question.
What's up?
Can me and Shiro hear all of this conversation even though we're way over?
Not that far.
We're shouting.
Yeah.
Velka's
Okay.
shouting.
This is a shouting
Just
match.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure that he had all the information of this conversation.
Yes.
By
And
the way, you can stop Velka's rage.
Yeah.
Dredgen, for a brief moment, you see that Shiro's kind of focusing on the conversation, and you see her head kind of shift, not super dramatically or like fast, but definitely look in another direction before focusing her attention back again.
Okay.
She hasn't moved or taken a different stance. Just want to let you know. And yes, you've heard everything else.
Would you feel better if I buried them?
Yes,
All
I
of
would.
them. I will do so. Arwen will cast Mold Earth and proceed to start burying the bodies. Just inside the ring. Fuck it.
I'm gonna
I don't know, it's harmful.
pick them both up.
Mhm.
Carry him over.
I
Yeah.
think it's yeah.
Like so.
I'm assuming this is loose terrain. It's like loose dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bearings are
And
very
I'll
soft.
take some of the stones and like lay them as like headstones.
Okay.
We gonna get the corpse trudgeon is standing by up here too?
It's a hag.
Yeah,
No.
all of them.
Oh,
The hags included.
lame.
Actually,
Oh.
I'll
Sorry, what?
Orwin will take the broken off horn that Falca broke off earlier.
Yeah, it's on
I'll
the
keep
ground
that.
somewhere with Bashiro.
But he will bury the remains. Shall we be returning to town?
Yes. Yes.
You guys begin your trek back to town in a uncomfortable silence.
This is when
No
we find
offense,
out
on
they were
top of the
adopted.
wagon. Yeah.
You guys doesn't take too long. Coming the way, leaving the way you came in. You find the Lone Tavern. You can see sitting on the porch in this rickety rocking chair. Something that you guys witnessed the old folk using telling stories that one night during the new lunar festival. You see Tom and then another gentleman dressed in somewhat finer, not super fine, but better than some squalor that you've seen. Clothing. The two of them stand up. Tom runs to you guys, the man following behind him. He takes off his hat. He's holding it to his heart. Man you've not seen before. Human. Or at the very least, human-esque. Pale in complexion. With long black hair, or semi-long black hair. The mayor approaches, and you can see he grabs the arm of the man accompanying him and goes, "Please tell me you found something. You were gone for so
Hand
long."
him the horn. I'm sorry, we couldn't find the children, but we found the hags.
He grabs the horn and looks at it a bit somber. "So the hags are dead, yes?
Yes, we have killed the hags.
But the
Your force should
children,
be safe.
the children could not be found?"
No.
No.
I cannot find.
You watch as Mayor Tom, clutching the horn, and the man's arm with his free hand, pats him on the back. "Do you hear that, Thomas? Your niece and nephew may not still be out there."
Orwin will grimace at that.
And
Did he say his niece and nephew?
Yeah.
Did I hear that correctly?
the man clutching his hat puts it back on, and he walks back to the bar and knocks on the door, and you see some other gentlemen, not too many, three to five, come out, and you can see they're holding these candlelit lanterns. One of them holding this holding the leash to a basset hound. They said the forest is safe. Let's go in and go see if we can find them. And the men in a courageous holler agree and begin to embark into the woods, doing like a very, very careful manhunt. You can see they're armed with not the greatest short swords and just not the greatest weaponry in the world, but they're armed. Tom, still clutching the horn, tosses it over to Uncle Thomas. who lets the hound sniff it. And the 6 men and the dog go off into the woods. Mayor Tom, a relief, truly. Thank you for cleansing our woods, at least even if it is temporary, of the hags. We will see what happens following with the children. Their father still has not awoken from the slump, but Thomas is in high spirits, it appears now.
That's good.
He goes for a handshake for all of you, including you, Shiro. Sorry, he's not culturally sensitive. Thank you. I've only heard wonderful tales, with the exception of some terrible ones about Moonlighters, but the deed you've done here today is a good one. And like I said, we don't have much money, and I would like to reward you in kind, and quite honestly, this doesn't do us town that much any good. And he watches, he has his little velvet bag, and he hands it to you, Arwen, because you're the one who spoke with him.
Arwen, I kind of like push it back to, we don't need your money.
No, it's not money. And he watches, he opens the bag, and he pulls out a
Big ass sword.
No, it's a small.
It
little
like
bag.
keeps on the guts meme where it just keeps on pulling out.
He shows the party a simple silver necklace with a semi-rusted, anatomically correct heart pennant at the end, slightly rusted. This was as the story goes, a vampire hunter. Backtrack. No, I was right. A vampire hunter came through our town not too long ago, seeking glory of vanquishing some vampire foe from just south of us. And as a thanks for showing him hospitality, he gave us this necklace. We've had some travelers examine it in the past. We had one magician say that it was a pendant that would protect you from the unholy, and we have another that says it conceals the wearer's true identity in terms of how did he say it? Like human and fae, the difference there. It doesn't do us any good. We don't really go out and hunt. So please, do take it. It, like I said, it won't do us any good.
I'll take it.
Mayor Tom's expression changes. Thank you, truly. I'm gonna go join them now. Please, safe travels, and if you wish to stay, please, you may. But we must get going, or I must get going. And you watch as he grabs a lantern and lights it before running off into the woods. You guys can hear the basset hound howling in the distance.
We're alone now?
Yeah, you're alone in the streets by this empty tavern.
We should leave.
I'm afraid of the worst.
Sorry, what'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Said I'm afraid of the worst. The worst.
You're afraid of the worst?
But I mean, what if there's a misunderstanding?
That was me saying it, not Vulcan, sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
If they find the kids, I think it's best if we're not around.
Ashlyn's gonna put a hand on each of your shoulders. Arwen, you were decisive when the moment called for it, and that's worthy enough. And then he looks to Volka. Never lose what you showed today.
Thank you, Ashley. Velka's going to slip away and crawl back up to the top of the wagon.
Are we already back on the road?
If you want.
No, I mean,
It seems like it. I
Okay.
thought that's what was happening.
It's evening, but I understand you guys want to get away from the town. And so you travel down the road. I need...
I'm going to sleep this night. Well, I guess I doesn't. I'll still get a long rest, correct?
What's up?
I'll still get a long rest.
Oh, no. We're not done with this night yet.
I know, but if I were to make the watch and then take a long rest,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
would I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
get
yeah.
the
Yeah,
bed?
yeah.
I'm not like preemptively assuming. I'm
Yeah,
just
I gotcha.
making sure.
Shiro, can you give me another perception check?
Get rid of my. Actually, probably hasn't been
What'd
8
you roll?
hours yet.
Oh, shit. What is... So is that a 10 altogether?
Oh,
or
yeah.
An 8.
How long does my bonus health last?
What was that?
8 hours.
8 hours. I probably
Never
still
mind
have it then.
Yeah.
You'll know in a second. You'll know in a second. As you guys leave town, you notice the fog is beginning to creep back in. It seems natural in movement. Just on the outskirts of town, you see standing, in the middle of the road, two creatures. A large horse of some kind, just minding its business, munching on some grass by the nearby thicket. And you see standing in the middle of the road with their sword planted on the ground, an individual who at first, well, not at first, in general, is a bit strange. You see a humanoid, at least, at the very minimum, 7 feet tall, adorned in a mixture between natural armor and man-made. Looks like a combination of wood and metal. You see their hands are planted on the pommel, or resting on the pommel of this great sword. The actual tip of the great sword is blunted off and turned into more of like an executioner's weapon. You see this long beard flowing down the armor with branches sticking out of it, and this hair pulled back and tied into this large knot resting on his head.
I guess I'll wear the necklace, unless like Luke to everyone else. Is anyone else would want this?
So it hides the fact that you're Fae?
I mean, can you
Yeah.
figure out what it actually does for
Sure.
realsies before we think who it
Do I need to attune
makes
to it?
sense?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I posted the individual in the people tab. You see this small brown and white bird resting on his head. Looks like nesting, literally, like curled up and minding its own business.
Hello.
He
I'm in the front seat.
does not say anything. Shiro, you see out of the window this figure.
I'll cast message and say hello.
I do, yes.
Yeah, I hate it. Thank you.
You can see that he's crouched, like Slav squatting, on a nearby rock, and he seems to be twirling on his fingers these translucent, like neon blue blades, like daggers.
And I just whispered to everyone in the cart around me, "Hey, do you guys see that? Hey, does anyone... Psst, 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 psst. Do you guys see
Does
this?
Velka see all this too from the top of the cart?
Yeah, you see the figure Slav squatting.
Do I see this?
Yes.
You know,
Probably not.
You know, you definitely do. You're
when
driving.
we're
I'm
Oh.
right next to him.
Well, I thought it was
Yeah.
side.
So you know when I almost got drowned by a ghost?
Mhm.
But like she wasn't the one to drown me, it was like a dude. Didn't you say he was also in a plague doctor outfit?
Mm-hmm. And then, so he's on. If you guys were facing the cart, the ox being the north part. So you see ahead of you the giant Fey-like figure. To the left, you see the plague doctor, and to the right, you see.
What is this, the fucking army of 3 from Lord of the Rings?
You see these
Got three different
glowing
factions with the-
blue eyes that kind of flicker in the darkness.
Do I recognize?
You see this, it's a slender figure, and it's clutching onto a book. You don't see a weapon on it immediately.
What's going on?
The man is still resting there with his hands resting on the pommel.
Do I recognize the plague doctor mask?
Like the concept of it?
Individual? Yeah, like a group or some sort.
Yeah, there's a traveling. This was from many, many years ago when there was a. Okay, our cat just fell. From a plague. A band of clerics decided to adorn mask to be the only people who would go and try to interact with these small villages that were impacted. It swept across. Move over to the world map. It was mostly in southern Faraway and a little bit of eastern Winterbank, with a little bit in northern Lochcrest. But this was before your time, but you've heard stories.
Good, bad.
Good. They generally did good work.
Okay.
There were obviously some incidents where they were not all fantastic, but the general conception is that they were good, especially considering that they were worshiping the god of death. So they were like, "Oh, that's edgy," or like, "Oh fuck, they're gonna kill us all. They're gonna cleanse us."
Do they have like a name for the group?
Give me a history check. What is that? I just heard it roll.
14.
14.
Either that or like what I know the name of the god.
Nyctos is the god of dead. But yeah, they were called Nyctos's nurses.
A Nyctos nurse. Kind of like a wave to him, like.
Does Velka hear Arwen say that? A Nyctos nurse?
Sure, yeah.
Can she pop her head through like the little window? I met him one time.
Him specifically? What do you mean by him? Like
Like Nyctos, when I died.
that? Like the god? I guess that just makes sense. That checks out. That is the god of death.
Assuming this does not fly with that guy. Davis. I'm assuming he's gonna be like, "You met my god!"
No, so he can't hear him. He's far away.
Okay.
But Dredgen, you know that he is within distance to throw these spectral daggers if need be.
Spectral daggers.
Yeah, he's spinning them on his
Alright.
fingers. They're like translucent. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like.
thought
trying
you
to get
meant
attention.
me to throw them at
No.
him. Like I
No,
don't have any daggers.
He does not wave back. He just stops spinning them and then clutches them in a defensive measure.
Hey,
Didn't you send a message to the
I did just like a hello.
mhm.
That's
He-
be within like 60 feet.
You're
so
within
you might
60
be
feet.
too far.
You're within 60 feet.
Okay.
He holds up his hand from the pommel, and you hear this reverberating "stop," and it's very stern, very like commanding. It's not like he's casting command, but very commanding.
We weren't moving.
No, you guys were slowly traversing the cart.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this point, if you want to stop,
Never mind. I don't say that.
Okay. Are you gonna stop the cart though, Dredgen?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
See what this guy's probably gonna attack us, but we'll just kill him.
As things are beginning to tense up, you see the robotic Warforged character like tap the side of its head through the hood, and you can hear this like metal tapping from the finger touching the skull. And you hear like murmuring from it, like kind of talking amongst itself, like Arwen. The creature they now see you see clearly is a Furbolg, the man in the mixed plating. His accent.
I just didn't message like a purifier, did I? I just want to make sure his robes.
No,
good.
no ropes. He's
I
wearing.
just wanted to make sure I
He's
wasn't
just
like
wearing
dumb.
the metal
Gotcha.
and wood. Also, you would know that furbolgs are super
Yeah,
not okay.
That's why I
in
was
the
like,
purifiers.
I'm just making sure.
And you guys hear more rustling from the tree line from this man's echoing or booming voice. And you see exiting on horseback 3 people that you, or my apologies, 4 people you recognize. You see this gnome. You recognize him as Tiny Tinker, part of Ivar's crew. Followed by seeing Maeve and Mao, and then Ivar himself, and then Harold, or Hera, my apologies. All exit the tree line. To which Harold says, "You don't have to keep scaring them. I think they get the message." To which the man with the daggers vanish in thin air, and he stands up and walks back towards the group. The Warforge kind of cracks its neck, whatever that means, and walks back over to the group. And then the Furbolg figure maintains his position, staring at you guys. Ivar approaches on horseback. You see that he's in relatively good shape. He stops the horse. Hello again.
Hello, it's a pleasure.
Hello.
Hold out hand for a handshake.
Oh, he's not close enough. He's like on horseback, so he's not close to
Okay.
He waits.
I wish. He nods in agreement. I know that they were attempting to scare you. This was a... And he looks back at the group. Prank that Harold decided to pull. And he points to the plague doctor. That is Kalag. That, and he points to the Furbolg. He goes by Watcher. And then he points to the Warforge, and that is Dante.
Can't believe you finally got a sponsor.
Maeve, the white tiefling with the cat. The cat is resting upon the horse's head. Very comical. And you can see that she is strumming her lute. And you see Mao. Mao looks a little bit different. You see that Mao, his previous glasses, there's some form of adhesive holding them together in the middle. You see a tiny crack in them. And you see that his hair is much longer than it was previously. Looks like he hasn't cut it in a minute. He has the signs of some facial hair as well.
Do you need me to fix those 20 miles glasses?
He pushes them up. No. And Harold sighs. If we're being honest, he thinks he looks cool.
Oh, no, I understand.
Velka smiles to Maeve and just says the word cat.
She looks at you. Dog. And pets the cat. Ivar turns his horse away from you guys, and Harold says, "What he meant by that motion was to follow him, and we will rest further away from here. I will be your interpreter for the rest of this journey."
Thank you.
They're going to ride ahead and to our sides to make sure nothing bad happens. I will ride alongside you in case the worst comes to be, and I need to message them.
Will do. Alright.
And he watches the group kind of scatters. Watcher takes his sword out, and does not look like he has. Oh my fucking god! He doesn't have a sheath. And he gets on his horse, which is bigger than the rest because he's a big man. And he rests the sword. Looks like sliding it in between the horse's back and his saddlebag. as they begin to scatter, Ivar rides ahead a little bit, and you can see Mao and Maeve alongside him. You can see Maeve is plucking away at the lute, just humming to herself, and Mao looks like he's reading while riding. And Hera turns to all of you. I know you all must be quite weary, but I hope all of you are doing fine. Do any of you have any serious injuries that we need to assess?
Not yet. Smiles.
No more than before.
Good. And she looks at you, Volka. I'm sorry, I could not find information about your lycanthropy. I promised you I'd hope to try to find something, and unfortunately couldn't. So consider this my honest effort to help you with this situation at hand. Captain Oxton, and her eyes kind of like roll, informed us of the situation at hand.
Well, hopefully we can find something soon.
Hopefully. We're not too far away from that castle you claimed. As you can see, we brought in some backup. We now have a full team, and Ivar has sent out some letters to hopefully some into the Wicks, so we'll see if maybe they show up as well. But that's neither here nor there. We can discuss that further once we get to Lochthwain. And she smiles. It's great, truly, to be back in your company again. It's been quite some time. You all have such lovely, wonderful faces and personalities.
Thank you. We're happy to be in your company.
You see Watcher rides up alongside you guys, hulking form. And he looks and turns to all the cart. Hera goes, his name, of course, fits his personality. He's a watchful man. Never sleeps, to my knowledge.
Neither.
We have one of those.
I was trying to find a way to word it because I was gonna have a point at Shiro, but Shiro's in the cart, so.
He's got a bit of a bitchy face, but don't worry. He's a kind-hearted man beneath all that. You see,
Spooky dude.
he's a bit of an old soul. How old are you? And Watcher speaks up, just real brief. I was there for the Great War.
Does Arwen understand what that means?
There was a lot of wars. Some of them might be considered great. But judging by his accent, he's from Nordland. And Hera, without even giving you a chance to get in. See, he's great. Old. Fantastic old man. And he looks at all of you, staring deep into your souls. And you can see these. It's like the Ghost Rider moment where it's like, he says in giant, amongst the cart, or kind of underneath his breath, I need the people who can understand it to roll me a perception check.
Oh boy, I sure do love perception.
What language did you
You
say?
should have taught me how to
Giant.
speak giant.
Oh.
I will say, because you guys talked to Penny and also Renoran, I will give all of you the opportunity to roll at this point to see if we can piece something together.
Yeah. Would it be a disadvantage?
7.
No, it won't be disadvantage. Perception.
I got a 1.
Yeesh, I got a 9.
I'm getting sick of not understanding people.
Perception. And do you say disadvantage?
No
For me?
disadvantage.
Nah, that was just me being an idiot. Sheesh.
I don't even understand. I don't even know the language.
I don't know language.
Trojan, you don't know the language that well, but you're able to pick up some words. The biggest ones being I, know, and did.
Okay.
That's ominous.
In that order. The other words are just too, even with that high of a roll, you're just not able to like connect it that fast. But yeah, I know did in that order.
Alright. I take that information. It fucking bury it 6 feet under where nobody will never hear it.
And you see he lets out a deep breath through his nose and then moves his horse fast away from you guys. And Hera just smiles. He's cheery, I promise. And with that closing remark, that's where we're going to end the session for the evening.
All right.